threatens all-out economic war on Iran, but it's a warning it's apparently falling on deaf ears in Tehran.
Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is rejecting President Donald Trump's threats of economic pain and isolation, saying such failed policies will only stir more hostility among Iranians and bring more failures. Trump has threatened crushing economic measures against Iran, promising economic warfare and isolation on an unprecedented scale. Araghchi says in a social media post that Trump's threats are meant to divert the attention of the U.S. public from domestic financial problems. I'm Donna Warder.
The hands of the national debt clock continue to spin at a dizzying pace. America's debt hitting a record $40 trillion, and it's growing. The winds of war blow at hurricane force across both Russia and Ukraine.
A Russian missile barrage has killed at least 12 people in Ukraine's capital as Ukraine continued to strike targets inside Russia. Cell phone footage captured by Kyiv resident Yehor Konovalov showed a flaming plume of orange smoke rise from the capital's horizon. The strikes hit 12 locations across Kyiv, damaging residential buildings, a medical facility and an educational institution. Emergency crews scrambled to put out buildings on fire and to pull out people who were trapped under the rubble. I'm Karen Chamas.
President Trump mentions a possible meeting with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un by year's end. There's no word on where or exactly when, and there's been no comment from Pyongyang. Meanwhile, the North Koreans have fired more missiles into the sea. Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell. The Dow futures down just over 400 points. NASDAQ futures are off 190 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
Prince Harry and wife Meghan have decided to return to the United Kingdom for an extended stay starting this fall.
My colleagues have been speaking to people who know the Sussex family well. The understanding there is that this decision was made relatively recently and possibly prompted by that trip that the family made back to the UK in July. We know, of course, that Harry, Meghan and the children Archie and Lilibet, they spent time with the King and Queen in Highgrove and also the family home of the late Princess Diana, and it's possible that that's played into this decision.
That's BBC's Nora Nanji. Harry and Meghan's children are 7 and 5. They've already enrolled at British schools. They'll start classes next month. Colombia's president asking President Trump to suspend tariffs to help Colombia recover from a devastating earthquake. The quake struck on Monday, killing at least 289 people, injuring nearly 4,000. News and analysis, townhall.com. A high-flying rescue mission has been scrubbed.
NASA's Swift Observatory has been tracking some of the biggest explosions in the universe for more than 20 years. Gamma-ray bursts and exploding stars. But intense solar activities caused the aging space telescope to lose altitude faster than expected. So early last month, NASA launched a $30 million effort to try to lift it into a longer-lasting orbit. But Catalyst Space Technologies' Link spacecraft has been plagued by control issues, and the company and NASA say they're now ending the attempt, dooming Swift to a fiery re-entry through Earth's atmosphere. I'm Ben Thomas.
A judge is set to consider whether to grant Texas teen Carmelo Anthony a new trial following his murder conviction and the stabbing death of a 17-year-old athlete at a high school track meet. The judge who presided over the trial, which was held earlier this summer, has been removed from the case. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope all of you having a wonderful day. We are one day away from high school football action, week one of high school football action. Roswell and Goddard both in action. Roswell here at home, hosting Hobbs. Goddard on the road, taking on Lovington. We'll have both those games for you in our video network, where all of our high school sports is found, ksvptv.com. Go to the Roswell Coyote channel. You'll be able to watch tomorrow night's game there. We kick off at 7. Pregame will start about 6:30. Also, Goddard Rockets. Go to the Goddard Rocket channel. You'll be able to catch that broadcast, watch that broadcast there. Again, same time, kickoff at 7. Pregame starting at 6:30. Here on the radio on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, we will be bringing you the home game every week. So tomorrow, Coyotes are at home. So we'll be doing the Coyote-Hobbs matchup right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. And then next week, I believe Goddard will be at home, so we'll be covering the Goddard game on the radio. Now, please note, every Friday, we will be carrying the coaches' pregame shows for both Roswell and Goddard on the morning show here on Fridays. We'll try to do them in the 7 o'clock hour, but there might be a few weeks where we'll have to do it in a later portion of the show. But each will have those available, and then we can check those out. Because sometimes people tune into the game right at 7, miss pregame, but they want to, hear what the coach has to say and all. But some of that goes on. And, we'll even try to put up the player spotlights and everything, too. We'll try to air some of that, too, as well. I was talking with Andrew, our video guy, yesterday, and he's going to try to get me all that stuff. So, but yeah, we'll start tomorrow. We'll have all that there for you. Don't forget, if you miss any part of our show, you can always go there as well, ksvptv.com, and catch our interviews and things if you missed any. So, but yeah, we will have all the football action for you tomorrow night. And then, of course, everything will be on demand later as well, too, so you can go to the game. Go there, root on your Coyotes, or head to Lovington, root on the Rockets, and then you can come back home and watch it on there, and you can see if it looks the same, or go back and replay it. I thought that was a completion pass, or no, I knew it wasn't. Or you can be your own hometown ref. We do have a full slate for you for today's show. Let me give you a rundown we have on tap for you. We're going to replay our interview we had on Tuesday. We had Rebecca join us from First Tee of Roswell and Diane Taylor, and they talk a little bit about First Tee's golf tournament that's coming up, which is a great thing. We played that interview, but this interview we're focusing more on Nancy Lopez event, September was it 3rd to the 5th. I don't have the flyer in front of me, but yeah, and she's going to be here in town with the golf legends. They're going to have the golf tournament. They're going to have a big dinner. Of course, the dedication of the relief route and Nancy Lopez Elementary School, all of that going on. So we had an interview with Diane and Rebecca talking a little bit about all of that. So we're going to play that for you here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Don Weld's going to join us talking Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, Friends of Bitter Lake, Dragonfly Festival, It's coming up here first part of September. We are weeks away, just a couple weeks away. So now's the time to sign up for wildlife tours and dragonfly tours and all that good stuff. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had on Monday with Matt Bristol from Bristol Law, always talking family and just good legal advice and making sure you have a plan for this and this. This time we talk a lot about a lot of estate planning stuff and, what happens to your stuff when you're no longer here kind of thing. So good interview to listen to. And then, of course, we'll have all of your features, the news, Cowboys update, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a look at your weather. And I don't think it rained. If it did, it didn't rain. I heard thunder. I heard like the wind whipping around, but I don't know if it actually rained last night. But that's it. No more rain on the horizon. Just orange and nothingness, hotness. Sorry.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure still hanging around the Four Corners region, and that means sunshine and hot temperatures for us, 100 to 105 today, and it should be sunny. Overnight will be clear with a few clouds and down to about 70 on the low. We're getting low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we're expecting sunshine about the same through the weekend, sunny and hot. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 76 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 45%. Winds are calm at the moment. They turned up the thermostat. It's going to be hot. High of 104 today. Winds will be out of the southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's what I was just telling Jocelyn. I was like, cooling center is going to be probably a popular place today. And to be honest, it's going to keep going. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 103. With winds out of the south 5 to 10. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high of 105. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, also sunny and hot with a high of 105. 104 on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Cooling down to 101 by Wednesday. So, yeah, we're going through a heat wave here the next couple days and no talk of rain. Like, I know yesterday they were saying we may have a chance of rain tonight, and nah, not anymore. So, but yeah, 104, 105, that's what we're looking at for the next several days here. So lots of water, limit your time outdoors. I'm sure we'll get some heat advisories and stuff if that doesn't already start kicking in. So, yeah, be careful out there. All right, it is 12 minutes after 7 o'clock, closing in on 13 minutes. Let's do this. Let's take a 1, 2, 3, about a 3.5-minute break, and then we are going to play our interview with Rebecca Port and Diana Taylor talking about the Nancy Lopez weekend of events going on. That's coming up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Life can feel like a race, except somebody keeps moving the finish line, or your shoe becomes untied, or your phone buzzes every 12 seconds. But Hebrews 12 reminds us that we're not running the race alone. A great cloud of witnesses has gone before us, and Jesus is the one we keep our eyes on. So lay aside the weight, drop the distractions, stop comparing your lane to someone else's, and run the race that God has set before you, with endurance, hope, and joy. Even when the road feels long, steep, and uncertain. And when you stumble, or when you grow tired, or when you wonder if you can't keep going, then trust that His grace meets you step by step, reminding you that every faithful stride matters to God. Because we don't run for victory, we run through the victory that Jesus has already won. So come run the race with us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Summer fun is almost done, but the savings roll on during the Roswell Honda Summer Event. Now through the end of the month, score an unbelievable rate on your next ride. Like 5.49% for up to 60 months on 2026 Civic Hatchback, 3.99% for up to 60 on 26 HRV and Accord Hybrid, 2.49% for up to 36 months on 26 CRV and CRV Hybrid, and an unbelievable 1.99% for up to 36 months on 2026 Ridgeline. The Summer Event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
If severe shoulder, hip, knee, or foot pain is interfering with your active life, turn to the orthopedic and podiatric specialists at Eastern New Mexico Medical Group. We provide a range of services from pain management to total joint replacement, plus specialized foot and ankle care. To find out more about treatment options, take our free joint pain assessment or watch our online seminar. Visit RoswellOrthoCare.com. That's RoswellOrthoCare.com.
My dad loves his car. When we go out for a drive, I always have to be buckled in the back seat. My dad says I have to be safe, but then sometimes he won't wear his seatbelt. He thinks it's okay, but then we got hit by another car. And Dad, he got really hurt. No, we don't go out for a drive anymore.
Click it or ticket. Brought to you by NMDOT.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
Ooh, for Rebecca. Rebecca Forte.
Protest at your front door.
Well, there's a lot of golf things happening, so Rebecca needs to be on the radio. So, and then Diane Taylor joining us as well. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning to you. It's always so good to meet with Mike Winters.
I think last time we had you on was around every 15 minutes time back in the spring here. So
Yes.
I guess that's technically spring, right?
It seems like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Well, Christmas will be here tomorrow. Yeah. So, but in case folks haven't heard, coming up here, really in just a couple weeks. I mean, like 2-3 weeks away here. We're talking. We are, of course, if folks haven't heard, the new elementary school, the Nancy Lopez Elementary School, after years of lots of going back and forth, they finally built the new school, and as we speak, kids are enjoying it today. But that being said, here in a couple weeks, we're going to have, I'd say, a dedication weekend.
It's a celebration.
Yes, and featuring Nancy Lopez, because Nancy will be here not only for that dedication, but she's going to be here for a couple of big events, and that's what we're going to tell everybody about.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
For those who do not remember Nancy Lopez, she made history, as well as all the players, the young men that were high school students, made actually a national history.
If you're a golfer in New Mexico, she is part of your lineage. She is part. To me, she's one of the pioneers in bringing golf to the masses, and you know what I mean. Where she didn't fit the mold of the country club, person that was born into the golf, and kind of she came in and from Roswell, playing really good golf and turning heads with her skills and abilities, and really putting golf for women, but for all golfers on the bigger stage.
12 years old, Nancy Lopez won the first women's tournament in New Mexico, an adult women's tournament. This little girl from over on the east side, nobody thought, that this little kid could play golf. She wound up making world history. Not only making the world history, and I'll give you an example in a second, but she made history in the state of New Mexico by being the first girl to play on a boys' team, since there were no girls' teams in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was a major process to legally get her to play.
And I imagine a bit embarrassing when she started beating them.
Winning back-to-back state championships. So, and those players are coming from all over the country.
Sure.
To come in and play and help celebrate Nancy Lopez, which is the main point.
Absolutely.
But they're the legacy players. What happened to all of them?
Yeah.
There's also a famous player, Jarena Mendoza from Goddard.
Okay.
And you may be familiar with the Solheim World Cup, Ladies World Cup.
Uh-huh.
Well, Nancy Lopez won that World Cup. 2 decades later, she captains the team for Jarena Mendoza to win the World Cup in the world.
Oh, wow.
They are the only two from the same high school, the same town, that have won that World Cup.
And it's right here in our own backyard. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's legacy, legendary history right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then...
And they're all going to be here in a couple weeks.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Every single one will be here, including JoJo Robertson.
That's amazing.
Another
Now,
Goddard High School.
Most of them will play golf. Not all of them, but they'll be whacking the ball around for the weekend too.
All but 2 will be
Okay.
playing golf. The one star player, his name is Bill Torpy. He will not be able to play. And also Art Romero, who is a pro in Texas, had back surgery, so he won't be able to play. But they will definitely
They'll be there to
riding
visit,
around
I'm
in the
sure.
carts with
And
them.
I'm sure they'll be in on all the stories and all the fun. So.
Some good advice.
Yes. There'll be some backstreet caddying going on.
But you know something that really amazes me about them?
Yeah.
They want to come back and give back to the community.
Sure.
They want to, and this is going to be exclusive just for our first tee young golfers.
Which hopefully people got to listen to our interview yesterday. If
Right.
not, you can go catch it online.
And
here.
they will meet with them, give them a little clinic.
Yeah.
But how inspiring to have world champions come back and to help inspire and give the message of we did it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And how many of these golfers have turned pro.
It's going to be cool. And I imagine and who knows, there might be one young little boy or girl sitting there in that first tee watching Nancy and some of these individuals speak. And 20 years from now, we'll see them on TV, at the Ryder Cup or Wimbledon, or not Wimbledon, but Masters or something like that. Wimbledon would be kind of a weird one. But that'd be.
They have too many rules for Wimbledon.
But you know what I mean. That could be where we see that. That could be the next person we're talking about every weekend on the TV here.
It could be your daughter. It could maybe be you,
Absolutely.
Mike.
Not me. I'm a little long in the tooth to be picking up
But it's great
being good
for
at
us
golf.
to be able to connect our young people to these young women,
Sure.
these ladies who have come through the community,
Well-
and really get to know who they are. They all know the name.
Yeah.
Now they're going to get to put some history and experience with them.
And when they're old, like I think when they're older, like some of the ones that are like teenagers, they're going to get it now.
Yes.
But even the ones that are like 6, 7,
Right.
8, where it may not kind of sink in now, here in about 10 years, like, oh,
It'll really be meaningful. It really
yeah.
will.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, wait, I think I should have been hanging out more there. That would
And
have
if
been
we
a good.
don't build those connections with people
Then we
from our
won't have it.
community, then they don't have that
Yeah,
beyond
exactly.
Roswell look to see, what can we bring back to our community? How can we give to our schools? So it really makes great young people.
Absolutely. This is very cool. And not to mention, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of adults hanging around town that would like to meet Nancy and some of the other players here, and we'll have opportunities here. But by you supporting First Tee, you can come out and sponsor and be a part of this. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe you
it's
get
great
to
fun.
be part of that too, and help continue the cause so that these young children can continue to learn golf and learn life skills through golf.
One of
through
the
First Tee.
legacy golfers is a gentleman by the name of Henry Sandals.
Okay.
Who played with Nancy. At that time, you had Roswell High and Goddard High coming together, as well as the Institute playing and practicing together. Well,
Yeah.
Henry Sandals is a person who is led First Tee, where he built and started the.
Oh, it's a baby project.
He was fundamental in that for
Well, he's
years.
got a cool, like if you want a radio name, that's a cool radio.
Henry Sandals?
Henry Sandals with you on the morning. That's
He's
like,
a cool guy.
That's a
He
sweet
really
radio
is.
name. I'm just saying. Henry
Just
Sandals
blows.
with you.
Especially if you live on the beach.
And Henry will be here. There will be great opportunity, and the city has so embraced Nancy coming back because, after all, what used to be a 9-hole golf course is now the 18-hole, which bears her name.
All I'm saying is, Lovington has Brian Urlacher. We have Nancy Lopez.
Absolutely. Right.
Nancy's our Brian Urlacher. She's our person that's really got on an international spotlight and has just, what she's done for golf, what she's done for women's sports, what she's done for sports.
She's done a lot
of
amazing things for women's sports.
I mean, and that's just it. I don't want to pigeonhole with just women's because that's not enough.
No.
Yes, certainly she has.
Well, she's an inspiration to Hispanic youth coming up. I mean, truly.
She checked so many boxes. Everything.
First Hispanic professional golfer from Roswell, New Mexico, from Goddard High School. She represents not only Roswell, not only education, she represents nationally and worldwide, is in every Hall of Fame possible.
And not to mention, and this is the side, I'm going to dwell on a little bit, but, this isn't, she didn't do it in 2026. She did this in a time where you're still dealing with
lots of obstacles.
A lot of, we'll just say, just social issues that were going on in that time, True. And she was right in the middle of probably combating that on top of the fact that I'm just trying to make it as a golfer. Now I got to make it as a Hispanic female golfer, and that's
overcame many obstacles and opened doors and made pathways for not just herself, but for all to follow. Mm-hmm. And she, till this day, does great community service, sits on Tunnel of Towers board, is a great advocate, and does a lot of charity work.
Yeah.
Nancy, you'll hear sometimes a comment, well, she doesn't often come back. Her family has all passed that lived here. But it takes one phone call. Call Nancy, she'll come.
Sure. Well, she probably loves to visit, but, she's now at a point in her life where she can live in nice places with drinks with umbrellas and things.
The interesting thing about Nancy, who taught her how to golf, was her dad, Domingo Sunday Lopez. And he not only taught Nancy how to golf, and he was her only coach.
To adulthood and to her
he was always there.
Pro career and everything.
And how he taught discipline, how he taught positive
perseverance.
I can do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was with her through every tournament. Unfortunately, her mom passed suddenly before Nancy really made it on the big stage.
So she missed some of that.
Yeah. But Nancy's always carried her in her heart. The one thing Nancy requested when I come back, just give me some private time. I need to go visit my parents' grave.
I would say imagine they're probably here in town somewhere.
Right. And she says, my daughter will be here, and I want her to see the beautiful town I came from. I want her to see where I grew up and meet some of the people that helped me along the way.
And get her chili fix.
Get a chili fix, right? Well, it'll be so exciting for her.
I think she's in Florida now, right?
She is in Florida now.
I don't think they have a lot of chili in Florida. I'm just saying, but she might get it.
No, maybe not. A different kind of chili, perhaps.
That's right. Yeah.
No, that's the one thing she requested.
I would imagine.
I want some really good chili.
Oh.
I want Mexican food.
Well.
And at the dinner that we'll be having, the celebration dinner for Nancy and all the legacy players, we will be having only Mexican food and mariachi dancers and bringing
the red and green will be flowing.
Yes, that's right.
Big question, red or green?
Yeah, well, that's the biggest, toughest thing of the night there. So, but y'all can fight that battle. I'm not gonna get. I'm a Christmas kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it all.
I'll take it all. It's all good. It actually depends on what I'm eating. Like if I go chicken enchiladas, I tend to go green.
Green, right?
Beef, I go red. It's just,
that's us too.
It just kind of depends. But.
And make sure it has some kick to it.
Right.
Yes.
Well, then I'll usually ask, and sometimes like if you haven't been to Tia Sophia's yet, that's an amazing place to eat. But the general run is the green's usually hotter than the red there. Not always, but every time I've gone there, but that's not usually the case. Usually,
right, it's usually the opposite. The red makes you sweat.
I generally find they're the other way around.
Right.
But anyway, please, this is all going on September the 3rd through the 5th. It'll all be going on there. Now, as far as like some of the events that are going on, is most of that, like the banquet stuff, is that a public, like is there public opportunities here, or is this mostly
with
for...
the banquet, yes.
Okay.
And, the tickets are going fast.
Okay.
Please call Rebecca
Right,
to
the
make
first
the
fee.
reservations
Okay.
because they have to be prepaid. The limit is 300 people
Gotcha.
because that's the highest
Capacity.
capacity.
Yeah.
Since the convention center is no longer opened, but
that'll be Saturday, September 5th, the Legacy Dinner
The
over
actual
at the
dinner
Elks
that
Lodge.
evening. Okay.
and we're starting with on the 3rd will be, I think it's the 3rd. The 3rd, the Roswell bypass will be named the Nancy Lopez bypass.
I was going to say this is. We mentioned the school, but I forgot. Yeah, we also covering 2 places.
3.
3 actually. Yeah.
An interesting point: only 2 living people have highway or bypass named after them. One is Mike Smith, our great golf jockey, from Hagerman, and it'll be Nancy Lopez, our great golfer
There
from
you go.
Roswell.
And we beat Brian Urlacher to that one. Mike Smith
Right.
and we got them both.
So once again, Roswell made history.
Absolutely.
And
That's
then
cool.
the next day, we will be doing the school, and it'll be the Nancy Lopez Elementary School. Nancy was here. I was on the board when we first renamed Flora Vista. This time for the new school, it'll be a new school board members, but Nancy will be here to welcome and present every kid in the school a T-shirt.
Nice. Very cool.
It'll be something very special. And then following that, all these golfers coming in from all over the country, and I mean literally all over the country, will be having a reunion at Goddard High School.
Okay.
To instill, and all the high school golfers will be invited to that, where to instill, stay in school, stay off drugs, make smart choices, work hard. Your dream is possible. Just make the right choices.
They're staring at a room full of people that stuck through it, and look where their
Right.
their
That's
lives
right.
ended up.
And
All
no
pretty good.
excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses. Work hard.
Yeah.
Make a commitment. Stay off drugs. Don't, get in trouble. Stay in school.
Sure.
Never give up. And I love that that very same philosophy is instilled to the First Tee kids. That's part of their mantra.
Well, and that's really what when we talk about this kind of stuff. And yes, the world we live in, it moves fast. Technology, the way there's always changing and evolving. But what doesn't change is the values, the things you
That
do.
foundation.
If you work hard, if you're honest, if you do the things we teach, your life will turn out good. You will see results. You will see a positive thing and pursue wherever. Now, it may not exactly go the way you thought it was going to go. Or is easy, but I guarantee you will get the positive results when you keep doing it. And
It doesn't have to be just sports. Look at yourself, Mike. You're an Eagle Scout.
I am.
Look where you are today. It took work. It took effort. It took a
I
commitment
got a little
on
lucky
your
on this one, a
part.
loud mouth, but yeah.
But yeah, nobody gave you your opportunity to be successful. You earned it.
Yeah, it's and to be honest, it's life begat everything because and this is where wisdom really gets. And as a 20-year-old, I would have told me to shut up, but me now at 50, I'm like, dude, now I get it. It kind of makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense
in your
now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I get it. Yes, it may feel good in the moment when you do the thing, but there is repercussions down the road for things. When you say or do something or anything, your actions do matter. And so if you take the high road all the time, you're going to be all right.
Yes.
Even if it, there's things that you get disappointments in life with people or things that happen, but if you do the right thing, it will work out. And I believe that, and I'm a Christian, so I'm kind of as that,
You need that faith.
I do. I'm like,
and
hey,
that
look,
standard and
the
those
world could
morals.
go in hell in a handbasket, but I as a Christian, God's got me, and then it may not be here where it's all right, but it'll be somewhere.
Right, we already won.
But anyway, that's kind of that's the mindset you got to put, and that's why the golf and the First Tee and all of this instills that dedication, fundamentals. Like, look, be kind to be honest, be even though life was not always going to go your way. Be the high road, live in the moment on that thing, and learn from those mistakes, and take that lesson and do better from it next time.
And be a leader. We really want our young people to be leaders because they have an opportunity to share with their peers.
Yeah.
And they are the learning level of young people.
And I think if you establish that foundation, the ancillary falls out. The drugs, the stuff like that, they understand the risks and things. And because they understand, look, there's something better here and something, And I get it. Kids are kids. You want to push envelopes. You want to try things and new things. All kids do that. And you're going to make mistakes and do dumb things. All of us do. You're just going to do that. But how do you come back from it? Well, you don't, obviously some mistakes you don't want to go too far with on this, but I get it. This is all, and we all understand that. But with
we
the foundation,
all fail along the way.
Absolutely.
But failure is never complete. Once you stand up, you use what you think is failure today as a learning experience, and you get up and, well, it didn't work out that way, but I tried another. You should have heard me the first time
I talked on the radio. Boy, howdy, was that a
lots of
It was still a lot of ums, but, I just had nothing to say in between the ums.
It was all
You look at the great golfers that followed Nancy, Dorina Mendoza.
Yeah.
You look at JoJo Roberts, and you look at some of the young men, and where are they today? They made choices. They worked hard. They earned it. And that's...
I would argue guys like Tiger Woods, people that are household names because of people like Nancy Lopez.
That's right.
That it's these generations that paved the way for the next generation, and she's one of those that brought golf. And I mean, because we talk about first female Hispanic, but I almost look at it as back in those days it was a country club, kind of a high society, money, and she's broke those barriers and broke those ceilings and said, no, golf is for anyone that wants to play golf.
It is.
And
First Tee's good about that. Our programs we offer a lot of scholarships.
Yeah.
And we don't require you to have a uniform and equipment, and you just come in as you are and are prepared and
golf can
equipped.
be very expensive, but it doesn't have to be. And
it doesn't have to be.
And the love of the game, and that's why the First Tee's great, because there's literally the kids get their first clubs, they get to really do all, enjoy the game, and then if they do embrace it and love it, then we can worry about spending some money on some clubs. But,
right.
But that money,
time will come.
but at the meantime, it does. It teaches teamwork. It teaches, and believe it or not, I know golf people don't think about that, but it's very much teamwork and things and working together, being honest, those values. And that in golf, the golf course is such a great roadmap to teach those kind of things. Because how many times you watch golfers throw various things in the water and frustration and deal with that, because this teaches how to navigate that kind of stuff. And
that's needed everywhere.
And that transitions
the ability to
life.
have self-control and empathy and confidence.
Take a breath the next time the guy cuts you off in traffic and, want to shake a fist or worse at them. This teaches those skills and all that.
Roswell is such a great community. We've produced so many heroes, so many leaders, so many great athletes. And to see that this particular group, they're all coming back. I mean, and each one of them have the same thought. What can we give back? They're coming back to instill, hey guys, we did it. We may be a little old today, but we once were your age and we didn't give up, and we don't want you to. Make good choices. And especially stay in school and be part of a community.
Absolutely. Get involved in your thing, and then that's what they do, and it's great to see it. So we hope folks make an opportunity to come to the banquet here on the 5th.
And to the dedications.
Please
yes,
come
both
to the
dedications.
dedications.
Come
great. And definitely support First Tee and the golf tournament. It's a great way to support, even if you're like, well, I'm going to be out of town. Well, no, sponsor the First Tee golf tournament or pay it forward and pay for a team to play, or do something to help out there, or just make a donation to First Tee and say, here's a check, go buy the kids some golf clubs or whatever they need.
Lots of
kids
opportunity.
ever turned away from First Tee.
We have just a really great group of young people. And our teen mentors are really cool. And it's cool for these people who are out and about in the world to come back, and the kids feel seen. They say these people are adults, but they still think that they know that we're important.
Sure.
That helps so much in their own confidence.
And imagine, they're going to meet her, and she's going to sign some towels or some whatever.
Her hand is going to be very sore, all of them.
Yeah,
they're going to have to sign a lot of things.
Yeah, and they're going to be for years later. Every one of them are going to have some kind of keepsake room or wherever they keep that kind of stuff, and it'll be there the rest of their lives, and probably something they give to their kids. Who knows?
And one in particular, Golf Channel has been in contact. Hey, is this really happening?
Oh, nice.
We'd like to be part of this.
So they're going to be out and about too, huh?
I don't know because I'm not that part of it, but they're interested. We have news media coming in all over. This is history.
It's a big deal.
It's a very historical event. Nancy Lopez, just as what Sports Illustrated cover stated, Nancy Lopez is the face of ladies golf.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that really put ladies golf on the map.
Absolutely. She is the Babe Ruth. The Wayne Gretzky, the Joe Montana. I don't know. Pick your sport.
You covered them all.
Remember Roger Staubach?
Roger Staubach.
That's right.
I went Montana. I should have gone Staubach around here. I figured. As long as they don't go Bart Starr or something. Anyway.
And some of our war heroes, one of the golfers that were on the team that played with Nancy, I believe now is a 4-star general.
Oh, really?
So they're all coming back. And it's amazing how successful each and every one of these players were.
I'd love to be the fly on the wall to see how competitive they get when they get out there. Like, are they gonna
Oh yeah,
I'm sure they all got it. They're all professional. You know what I mean? They all play golf at a competitive level in some way, shape, or form.
They still don't want a woman to beat them.
And they don't want to lose. I'm just saying there might be some bets going. They're just saying there might be a bet or two, and then she's going to smoke them, and it'll be funny.
Every team will play a hole with Nancy and Jarena.
Nice.
So I'd be kind of like to be a little fly out there watching who really has that
should
shot.
have some video coverage every shot.
I don't know. All I'm saying is you better videotape her swing and study it. Whatever she's doing.
Are you going to play?
I'm not a player. I have no golf skills whatsoever. I am not a golfer.
I'll drive a cart.
Yeah, I can. I played hockey. So, like, I'm that part of Happy Gilmore. I can play hockey. I can't play golf.
Well, that's not something you see here a lot. So
I don't play a lot around here.
No, I'm from northeastern Pennsylvania. That was big. Hockey.
Well, I grew up D.C., Maryland area, so I played hockey, and it was a lot of fun.
Every kid got a puck and a hockey stick.
Yeah. Well, I got my first stick was going to Caps games. They used to have free stick day. And that was my first stick, was free stick day at the Caps game. So I wore it down on a nub and then got another free stick.
That's great. My daughter lives in Idaho, and she likes to go. She calls it a boy aquarium. She goes to the boy aquarium.
That's an interesting name. The boy aquarium.
Young. She's a young woman.
That's pretty funny. But again, September 3rd through the 5th, it's going to be 3 days of Nancy Lopez-mania, basically.
And our legacy golfers.
Yes, please get involved. Reach out to First Tee if you have any questions about wanting to be involved.
You want dinner tickets? We still have a few dinner tickets left.
Yeah, get tickets.
Great meal.
And certainly, if nothing else, to support our First Tee program and the foundation and making sure that these kids, any child that wants to do this, they have an opportunity.
And the history of Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. I'm really excited.
I'm looking for you to be there.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to dinner. Yeah, I'll be eating and everything. I'm not a golfer, but I can eat.
He can eat.
I can eat and shake hands with the next.
There we go.
But, it'll be a lot of fun. So.
And we're going to have a photo booth there, so you can, excuse me, take. I'm interested to see the new photo of these golfers.
Team?
Yeah, 50 years later.
Have to have a side-by-side.
Get the before and
after.
After.
I don't know if I would want anybody to do that for myself, but oh my.
I told Nancy, I said, we're going to have name tags, and they'll be big print.
Well, the good news is, in this day and age, we can touch it up. So we can all look like beauty stars.
Chat GPT, please, to the rescue.
All of us look like Hollywood stars. Like,
wow, that is a nice group of white folks.
VR pose. Yeah, we can all look like Hollywood stars by the time we're done here.
And I believe it's on the 31st of August. You're going to be having on your show some of the players come in.
Yeah, I know we've got a couple dates set up here, and that'll be that date.
And they will be
in.
the legacy players that are traveling from different parts of the country to be here on your show.
Cool. Good deal. They're here for more than that, but
right, that came just for you.
They will also be on the show.
That's right. It'll be great for everybody
That'll be cool.
Get to hear from them.
I look forward to that. It'll be fun, and it'll be. But basically, yeah, we're looking at a weekend of really just celebrating all things Nancy Lopez and golf here, and celebrating our youth. And it all kind of crescendos here with the dedication of the Nancy Lopez Elementary School here and the bypass and all of that's going on.
If people have not driven by the school, they need to, not during the peak times.
Yeah.
But that building is marvelous.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great facility. I'm so excited for them
Absolutely.
To have that.
And I'm going to stick around a week and hang out for the air races and all that too.
That's right. Oh, I can't believe that's
like
already
a week later. Yeah.
coming around. That seems like just yesterday.
Yeah, it'll be like a week after.
Yeah.
After all this, will be
fun time. As soon as it gets cooler, temperatures in Roswell get
Will
cooler.
it ever get cooler?
Yeah.
I hope. Well, not anytime soon.
Not now.
3 through Monday, our highs are 100 and above. So. Yeah. So.
Well, I think it's pretty cool. The Mike Winter Show is going to be, excuse me, the first to interview before any other media these players.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I won't be the best. There'll be way better interviews than me. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just goofy. That's right. But I'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well,
I look forward to it.
As somebody who works with golfers, I can tell you they appreciate goofy. They do.
Well, I've got it in heaping helping.
Yes, there we go.
And you do so much for our community, Mike.
I
don't know how to thank you. I mean,
we have
you
fun.
go above and beyond.
We have a good platform, and I like to, that's what this is what this show is about, is just connecting community and doing our stuff. And, I know most of the day it's political talk and all that. And I'm like, we got plenty of that. You can listen all day. But from 7 to 10, I'm going to talk about Roswell.
And he's an Eagle Scout.
I was a Girl Scout Gold Award recipient.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my brother was an Eagle Scout.
Nice.
So I appreciate that. That's a high calling.
Actually, when I went in the military, that's how I got my stripe.
Yeah.
When I went to Air Force, when I graduated basic, because I'm an Eagle, I came in with a stripe instead of 6 sleeve there. So
that's great.
So I got about $100 more a paycheck. That was
the Gold Award offers the same to the Girl Scouts who have that. It's a high honor.
It is, absolutely. There's a
and
reason.
It's not given out.
No,
you got to work.
I know in Boy Scouts now. I remember. I don't know the stats now, but back in the day, it was like 1 out of every 100 got Eagle. And
I'm sure it's probably less now.
Girl Scouts is probably somewhere in the equivalent.
I was the first one in Dexter. A friend and I, we both got ours the first year in 1995.
Wow.
Back in the day.
For your gold?
For our Gold Award. We were the first.
Yeah, it's very rare that happens.
And it's rarer today because of the commitment it takes in the work that you have to do to become an Eagle.
Although if they really knew, pull back the curtain. There's a lot of fun. It's like I went whitewater rafting. I went camping.
All of it's great fun.
I went to Australia. I went to Philmont, which is a big deal.
Philmont's gorgeous.
I mean, it's not as big a deal here because it's in your state. But when you live in Maryland, Philmont's a big deal.
Yeah, lots of opportunity.
Yeah. I got a lot. Oh, by the way, I got Eagle too. So I say Eagle, but Scouts gave me way more than I got.
Absolutely. That could be a whole show.
I'll sing that praise.
Remember, once an Eagle, always an Eagle.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing. You never. There's no such thing as a former Marine or a former Eagle. You're an Eagle Scout, you're a Marine. So.
Yeah.
But again, please put on your radar, folks. Nancy Lopez is coming, and all of the legacy golfers. It's going to be a weekend of celebrating golf, celebrating Roswell, celebrating her and her achievements, and of course our brand new elementary school and these kids and everything.
And our youth.
Yeah. So. We'll see you guys here in a week or two, whenever our next one is. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we got one here in a couple weeks. We'll see you here to remind folks.
One next week.
Yeah, it's next week. I know it's like every week.
Oh my goodness!
I think between now and September, I think we're seeing you every week at some point here. I think, but
it's here. I can't believe it.
I know.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
good thing I left all my
tomorrow.
Right? I know. Do you have your costume? You could pick something from your treasure trove here to decorate.
Actually, that's also my wife's birthday, Halloween.
Oh, that's cool.
So generally, we do more birthday than less Halloween.
Right.
But sometimes they collide. But sometimes
just don't forget the birthday.
No,
okay.
I will definitely be in the dog. My birthday, my Halloween costume will be a dog outfit. That's what I'm wearing.
And once again, thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you guys,
Thank you.
And we appreciate this opportunity. I know you've done a lot of work to make this happen behind closed doors and scenes, and folks don't realize,
especially events like this, every 15 minutes, that amazing program that pulls off every year. Diane's at the heart of soul making that happen every year. So
thank you.
She's up here buttering me up, but she's equally as involved. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
And we'll
and
see you
bless
next
you.
time. And you too, and stay cool. Try to find some lemon, an Arnold Palmer, if we will.
An Arnold Palmer.
Is there a Nancy Lopez version of some kind of tea lemonade mixer?
I'm going to Google that.
We're gonna have to see if we have a
there
version.
is. A drink that's the Nancy Lopez?
Yeah.
Oh, we do an Arnold Palmer at the first tea tournament.
Okay.
That's a non-alcoholic
Well, yes, it's
version.
lemonade and tea. Yeah.
And the kids think that's so funny.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe there's a Nancy Lopez.
There might be.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out.
Right.
I don't know, but very good.
Thank
you,
you.
guys. We'll see.
America's national debt has hit another milestone, another record high, a staggering $40 trillion and still growing. President Trump is tightening the screws on Iran, threatening tremendous economic consequences for any country that does business with the Islamic Republic. Tehran is brushing aside the threat. The president says he plans to meet with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un by the end of the year. There's been no confirmation from Pyongyang. The South Korean military reports the North has fired off a series of short-range ballistic missiles off of its east coast. The pilot of a small plane is dead, 2 Pennsylvania state troopers injured. The plane and a state police helicopter on a training mission collided at an airport near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania last evening. Stocks opening lower this morning on Wall Street, and this is SRN News.
The world's largest professional networking website has a strict rule against romance. It's also America's hottest dating site, and you've already guessed which one. I'm Kim Commando for NativePath. Save 45% on NativePath collagen and receive free shipping and free gifts. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim. Ready for the answer? It's LinkedIn, of course. The rules you agreed to say it flat out. Not a dating site. Nobody cares. A new survey says 1 in 4 American workers call it fair game. 1 in 8 say a real relationship started there. Here's my take. The dating apps died because everybody lied. LinkedIn is the one place where people list their real job, real school, and real name. That's not romance. It's a background check with a headshot. My prediction? Within 2 years, somebody builds a dating app that verifies you through your work history. But remember this, your boss sees every post you like. And if you're single and scrolling, maybe it's time for a glamorous new professional headshot. Stay tech ahead with my free newsletter. You're going to love it. GetKim.com. You know that glow that you see on people just seem to radiate health. It's not just great lighting. It's what's happening inside their body. And one of the best kept secrets to looking and feeling amazing is collagen. You see, as we age, our bodies naturally produce less collagen, which can lead to wrinkles, thinning hair, brittle nails, and just feeling less flexible than we used to. But the good news is that you can support your body naturally. With high-quality collagen from NativePath, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to support smoother looking skin, stronger nails, and shinier hair. And some studies also suggest collagen supplements may help support bone health too. You see, it's not about turning back time. I know we want to do that, but we just can't. It's about feeling your best at any age. And right now, as a Kim Commando listener, you can get NativePath collagen for just a fraction of the retail price, plus free shipping and a free gift bundle. Just go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may
The
vary.
National Championship Air Races return to Roswell, New Mexico. Get your tickets today at airrace.org.
With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. In this final full day of camp in California, we'll introduce you to the undrafted rookie who's gone from zero to hero over the past 3 weeks, right after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Game on, and so is SWBC. Buying a home? We've got home loan options tailored to fit your needs. Need a partner for payroll, HR, and employee benefits? Done. And whether it's time to grow your business or buy a new home, our team is right there in your corner because SWBC is your partner for your family, for your business, for your wins. Forward together. Visit swbc.com. SWBC Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 9741. Check licensing at www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Today's the final practice of Cowboys camp in Oxnard, and the player who improved his stock the most is rookie receiver Camden Brown, who caught 2 TDs in the preseason opener. He's gone from bottom of the depth chart to a great shot at the final roster, even though he was undrafted in spite of a school record-setting season last year at Georgia Southern.
Being undrafted, just put a chip on your shoulder. Like, now that I look at it, I'm glad I got undrafted because you don't feel complacent a little bit. Like, I feel like it put an edge to me. So I'm very, very highly thankful.
Time to throw my suitcase with 25 days worth of dirty clothes onto a team semi heading back to Dallas. Tomorrow we board a charter flight to Phoenix for Saturday night's preseason game at the Cardinals. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Many Federal Reserve officials think the central bank will have to lift its key short-term interest rate in the coming months if inflation doesn't subside. The minutes of the July 28th to 29th meeting released Wednesday don't provide specifics of how many of the 19 officials supported the higher rates. President Donald Trump is delaying the 50% U.S. tariffs on $20 billion worth of Canadian imports after the two countries reached a last-minute deal less than 2 hours before the sanctions were to go into effect. Arturo Bejar, a former Facebook engineering director and vocal critic of Meta Platforms, who has accused the company of ignoring internal research on the harm its platforms can cause children and teens, continued his testimony on Wednesday in a trial that could remake Instagram and Facebook. Millions of people may be able to get smaller, lightweight Amazon packages delivered by drones under a plan the company announced Wednesday to expand the airborne shipping. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This lot is stocked. The Summer is Stock sales event is on now at Roswell Hyundai with great deals on an unbelievable selection of fresh new vehicles. Get 3.49% for up to 60 months and $1,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Kona, 3.49% for 60 and $2,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Elantra, and 0% for 60 and up to $3,000 in dealer choice bonus cash on 26 Tucson SE, plus 0 down and no payments for 90 days. The Summer is Stock sales event on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Saddle up and get ready for the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Equine Club Play Day, an event honoring all firefighter and EMT personnel. Saturday, August 22nd at the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Arena, 1403 East Poe in Roswell. Come early. Registration begins at 9 a.m., with the books closing at 10:30 and the event beginning at 11. You can also register and find out more by messaging Chaves County Sheriff's Posse on Facebook. The Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Equine Club Play Day, Saturday, August 22nd at the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Arena, 1403 East Poe in Roswell. This message brought to you by Fergie's Plumbing and Heating.
Do you have missing teeth or would like them replaced? If you think dental implants are not affordable, think again. At Maupin & Brown Dentistry, their goal has always been to provide the highest quality dentistry in a state-of-the-art office at a reasonable price. They routinely treat patients that have traveled out of town for a consultation but cannot afford the treatment quoted. If this sounds like your story, come in today. As one of New Mexico's largest users of the world-class Nobel implants, they're able to purchase in volume and pass the savings on to you. So if you're missing a tooth or have loose dentures, call today for a free evaluation, which includes a free 3D x-ray. You'll be given treatment options and an honest evaluation with no hard sell, no arm twisting. But don't take our word for it. Just ask one of the thousands of patients they've treated. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, affordable, state-of-the-art dentistry. Call 627-0141 or visit maupinbrown.com.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rex Thomason. America's national debt continues to snowball, hitting another record high.
For many economists and investors, what's worrying is how quickly the U.S. national debt reached $40 trillion, more than doubling over the last decade. About a third of the increase in government borrowing occurred during the first 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic, when both Presidents Donald Trump and Joe Biden ramped up spending in response. A more persistent and significant factor is the long-running budget deficit. For the past 25 years, the U.S. government has been spending more than what it receives in tax receipts, and there's little to signal that the budget deficit will ease.
The BBC's Maura Fogarty. President Trump threatens tremendous economic consequences for any country that does business with Iran. Mr. Trump says he plans to meet with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un by the end of the year. Who gets to stand behind that world-famous podium?
Speculation continues to swirl on who will replace White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt when she steps down at the end of this month. One name widely floated for the position, attorney Alina Habba, who used to represent Donald Trump. She posts on her X page, "I'm not in the running for any job. However, if I'm getting a new one, I'd love for one of the anonymous sources to let me know first. Fake news remains the undefeated champ, well, until I come at them." And then she posts a little wink emoji at the end. Laura Winters reporting.
The pilot of a small plane is dead. 2 Pennsylvania state troopers injured. The plane and a state police helicopter that was on a training mission collided at an airport near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania last evening. Investigators say the plane, a Cessna, had veered into the helicopter. Watching Wall Street this morning, the Dow is down about 342 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
We have yet to learn the details of a trade deal with America's neighbor to the north, but President Trump, who obviously does know the details, is singing its praises.
U.S.-Canadian tariffs averted for now, with President Trump saying the last-minute deal to delay the 50% tariffs is what he calls a very fair deal for both.
We're doing certain things. We got to give something, and we're doing certain things. They were paying a high number. We're reducing it a little bit. It's good for everybody. But our farmers are going to be thrilled. Our manufacturers are going to be thrilled. And basically, we have no tariffs going into Canada anymore.
The agreement avoids tariffs on $20 billion worth of Canadian imports. Trump notes it's all subject to the finalization of documents. I'm Julie Walker.
Reports that Prince Harry and wife Meghan have decided to return to the United Kingdom for an extended stay starting this fall. News and analysis at townhall.com. Trying to find a forever home for orphaned cats and dogs just got more difficult in Texas.
The first New World screwworm outbreak in Texas in 60 years is hindering efforts to move rescued dogs and cats out of crowded animal shelters to states where they would be adopted. U.S. officials have emphasized the parasite's threat to the nation's $113 billion cattle industry, but the screwworm fly can lay eggs that hatch into flesh-eating larvae in the wounds or mucus of any mammal. Several dogs have had infestations in southern Texas and southeastern New Mexico. All but a handful of states have placed new restrictions on importing animals. Keith Peters reporting.
Residents of Hawaii's Big Island are struggling to recover after last week's hurricane that killed 2 people. Authorities say a 93-year-old woman and a man in his 60s were found dead. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, all.
Yeah, hope your Thursday's going just delightfully.
Dealt with another fun little blackout last night.
Did you know?
Yep.
Have we figured out?
Just 'cause there's some issues on the local electrical pole that specifically.
So your house is good up?
Cluster. Back on so far.
Okay.
The lady that I talked to said the electrician was out there basically all day yesterday.
Okay.
Left, and 20 minutes later it started surging.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
But the problem's not at your casa.
No.
It's at the pole.
I'll tell you, it's gonna be if he keeps shutting off and turning back on. It's gonna blow my whole breaker box.
Just shut off all your power tools.
Yeah, no, just go on it.
Go by Campbell's.
Yeah,
why not?
Kendables.
Put your meat in jars.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You do laugh, but I've been studying 1930s Depression era canning and jarring recipes, so we'll see who's laughing when my meat lasts 5 years.
There's a flex.
Y'all laughed at me as I'm eating my meat discs.
Well, let me know when you start baking peanut butter, onion, whatever.
You know, I've come across that recipe and I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah.
I mean, because the flavors could work together.
Yeah.
Like it's if you
that's
think
a bridge
of
too far for me, man.
If you
that's
think of like a Thai thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
but I'm not a Thai. I hate pad Thai.
Really?
Pad Thai, I do not like the taste
That is
of pad
legitimately
Thai.
one of my favorite Thai
I do
dishes.
not like that. I love pretty much anything else, but pad Thai, that peanut butter meat combo is not something I pleasure.
Now,
I find pleasure in it.
Have you ever, and I know the answer to this question, but have you ever had the peanut butter burger?
Yeah, I have.
I think you tried it probably for the radio.
Yeah. I have had it. And I don't remember, being disgusted by it, but I don't remember being like, I should go for 2 more of these bad boys.
Absolutely. I unironically ordered it when I went to, well, they're closed down now, but what used to be Big D's Downtown Dive. They had a peanut butter burger, and actually,
I kind of remember.
Upon my request, they also had a peanut butter and jelly burger.
Yeah,
and it was
you did a bit on the radio,
legit,
right?
yes,
about it. Yeah,
yes.
I thought you did back in.
Well, I did a bit on that, but we also did, and I actually had this pop up in my memories the other day. Do you remember when Mama Tucker's was doing the donut burger?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, I tried that on the air, and that was.
I think we did too.
That was an experience, just because it's such a big bite.
I feel like me and Jeffrey were sitting here eating one on the air many moon ago.
Right. Oh, way back when. Two old men reminiscing about their food. That used to be a Tasty Freeze.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw online, but did not saw in person, an Oreo flavor.
Okay.
That was, I think it was apple pie a la mode.
Really?
I believe.
Now, okay, here's the problem I have.
It was apple pie, but I can't remember if it was a la mode or something else.
Here's the problem I have with what Oreo's been doing lately.
Mm-hmm.
They've been trying to drive traffic to their online marketplace, and all of the specialized Oreos that they've been selling are those fudge covered kind. And they're just a regular Oreo. The only difference is that they change the flavor of whatever the fudge is. And I hate that it's it's not even white chocolate. It's like when you get like the baking chocolate, like the white cubes or whatever, it's like that. It leaves like a coating on the top of your mouth. The dill pickle one is the one that stands out in my mind because I think we tried that one here, the dill pickle Oreo. And it wasn't, the Oreo was just an Oreo. It was the coating that changed.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I do like the chocolate covered ones. The ones that are
if it's the right kind of, because they say it's fudge covering.
Yeah.
It's not fudge. If it's actually fudge, then we're talking
fudge.
All right. Then I'll mess around. But
I don't know why.
I am a fan of local fudges. I will go to a place and try all your fudge.
When you say the fudge, I go right back. This goes back to my teenage brain of the Don and Mike show.
Okay.
The Don and Mike show. It was a syndicated show in the Morning Zoo era of radio and all that. But the Don and Mike show. Mike, who still has a podcast and thing, Mike O'Mara show. It's not bad. Go listen to it. But anyway, he's an impression guy. He does voices and things like that. Well, during that period, he did a Raymond Burr, and it was like the Raymond Burr, Ironside's Raymond Burr, and it was like, I love fudge. And just this whole thing, and he went a whole thing about fudge, and we just fudge like 50 times in that Raymond Burr. I love fudge and everything. It's burned in my brain.
You know what?
And so
I understand because I have an exact same scenario or bit of. Anytime I hear anybody talking about the Achille Laurel, all I can ever think about is the bit where they had, it was like 17 takes, and I can't remember if it was SNL or maybe this was they did it on, they did it on Opie and Anthony. That's what it was. And because Anthony, again, a great impressionist, he was doing an impression, he kept saying the Achille Laurel. And so anytime I hear the Achille Laurel, I always think the Achille Laurel because he couldn't pronounce his L's. Tom Brokaw.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, and that was kind of like when SNL did Brokaw bits, it was always that over-exaggerated, like the Harry Carey, the Will Ferrell Harry Carey, over-exaggerated. Every time they did the Brokaw, it was like, that's amazing how you Paul. Stop hollering around.
Didn't Don and Mike, didn't he pass away recently?
Don is dead, yes.
Yeah, I think it was like a
Don
year
Geronimo.
ago.
Yeah, he he was a funny guy, good guy. He kind of had a tragic story a little bit where he was, when it was Don and Mike back in the 80s, they kind of ruled the thing. He was Morning Zoo. They were kind of a big deal. The DJ with the cool guy. He had a major cocaine problem back then. And
I believe he would say it was a solution.
Well, and he was on and off again for many years. But he might still be alive, actually.
I think he did.
Or just died? Because he was doing his own radio shtick not too long ago, like his own, but back to DJing days.
Okay,
I think he's still around.
Who am I thinking of? It might have been not Don and Mike. It might have been Bob and Tom.
But Don, maybe. But Don's wife died. And here's the thing: his wife was real nice, real the opposite of Don, and she cheated on her through the drugs. She was, with him and stuck by him. And then got through all that mess, and then she turned around and got killed by a drunk driver.
Man.
And so, it's kind of this tragic life. And then he
irony.
Now he's remarried, but he got Don and Mike separated shortly, And then Don went to California. He went to a couple stops. I think he was in Ohio or something in California. I think he's back in D.C. now.
He's right here.
Yeah.
Don is right here.
No,
Yeah.
John. You Don Geronimo?
Are you Don?
You Don Geronimo?
By the way, it was Bob of Bob and Tom.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, Don
passed away just
Geronimo
a
is
couple
still
months ago.
alive, but he's been through a bunch. So, but yeah, to my knowledge, I think he's back in D.C. doing afternoon drive or morning drive or one of the shifts. And I think it's a music station. I think he does, like, he'll get in between. It's like, hey, you hear about the guy who burped the thing on the bridge, back to the music. And I think he's, that's kind of what he's doing.
Drive time radio.
I think that's what he's doing now. So, but,
well,
yeah.
Some legends just, fade out.
But I do. But not gonna lie, a lot of their bits and skits from it's what I listened to. Low budget Jeopardy. He used to, that was their thing. Honk for Cash. That was all Don and Mike show. I used to listen to all that stuff.
Most of the bits I grew up with, I can't reference on terrestrial radio.
Mike O'Mara also did a Jack Kent Cooke impression, which no one even cares or knows about 30 years later. But at the time in the 80s, he was owner of the Redskins back before the evil Dan Snyder. And we thought Jack Kent Cooke was kind of a curmudgeon.
The less evil Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Because the evil Dan Snyder is actually Dan Schneider, is the one who ran Nickelodeon.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
I don't
the evil
know,
Dan.
man. In the battles of evil Dans, they might be dueling Dans. Because there's a whole rape cheerleader like thing going under Dan Snyder.
I didn't want to say, I was going to say never trust a Dan, but I know like 3 Dans that I trust. So
There's lots of Dans.
Yeah,
But,
Dans are generally good people. There's a couple of bad Dans in the woodpile.
But, everybody has a few bad ones. But what was I saying?
Jack Kent Cooke.
Jack Kent Cooke, yeah. So he was the owner then, but he owned the Lakers before. Yeah, but anyway, he used to do a Jack Kent Cooke impression. And it was always and anytime you'd ask him something that you thought was ridiculous, he'd go, "By God, man, what's wrong with you?" And so every time I hear, "By God,
man,
by God, man, what's wrong with you?"
Every time I hear you say Jack Kent Cooke, I always think Jack can't cook. And it's like, do we have to? I mean, you could just say Jack Cook, right?
No.
No.
It's always Jack Kent Cooke.
There's no way.
It's Jack Kent Cooke.
Right.
And you can't cook too.
It's like anybody named like Randy. If you all of a sudden you just start calling him Randall, it just feels off. So I guess that makes sense.
Well, and then there was his son, John. I think it was John Kent Cooke. And John Kent Cooke. See, this is where Jack Kent Cooke did John Kent Cooke dirty.
Holy moly. Okay.
Because
you're making my head
rather
hurt.
than bequeath the team when he died, he made him put up for auction. This was the evil Dan Snyder came in and outbidded him, and Jack Kent Cooke lost the stadium to Dad. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So yeah,
Jack Kent Cooke came along and ruined the deal.
Well,
that's
John
why would you is his name Kent Cook? Like, is that his actual, like, is it a hyphenate? Or is Kent his middle name?
They just, every time you talked about Jack Kent Cooke, they just said Jack Kent Cooke. I've never heard someone say Jack. They may say Jack like, hey, Jack. But, like, when they say Jack, they never say Jack Cook. It's always Jack Kent Cooke.
All right.
And the stadium after he died, Jack Kent Cooke Stadium.
Okay. And his name was again?
Jack Kent Cooke.
Cool. You just won me $1,000 on Kalshi.
Did I?
I had the long on how many Jack Kent Cooks. Oh, crap! Damn it! Now I'm down 1,000.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I want my cut. All right. Well, Don Weld is here. Don Kent Cooke too.
Yeah.
I seen Don Kent Cooke.
Don Kent Cooke.
But Don's not here to talk about cooking. He's here to talk about Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge and Dragonfly Festival. So we'll chit-chat with Don here in just a bit. Before we do that, let's take a quick break for weather and commercials, and then we'll talk with Don on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure still hanging around the Four Corners region, and that means sunshine and hot temperatures for us, 100 to 105 today, and it should be sunny. Overnight will be clear with a few clouds and down to about 70 on the low. We're getting low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we're expecting sunshine about the same through the weekend, sunny and hot. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Have you been looking for a dental office that's accepting new patients? Here at Carabelli Dental, we're proud to welcome you to our practice, where you will experience exceptional care with an outstanding team. With convenient appointment availability, it's a great time to experience personalized treatment, advanced technology, and a dental team dedicated to your smile.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Our community is where we live. It's where we work. And at Central Valley Electric Cooperative, we know our communities aren't just important, they are everything. Which is why CVE is grateful for your trust in providing safe, reliable, and affordable power every day. Because for CVE, there's nothing more important than giving you the power to power on. Visit our website at cvecoop.org to learn more about your electric co-op and all the programs and benefits that come with being a Central Valley Electric Cooperative member.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is why the Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireandAppliance.com.
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows, and then they swarm around taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And then they'll laugh and giggle and make fun of you. Good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. And now officially joining us in studio this morning, wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat today, Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Hi, Mike. How you doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm here. You know,
yeah, he's a busy man.
It sometimes getting up in the morning becomes a struggle.
Between construction projects for the Legion to working on, stuff like what we're about to talk about next. And
we got the Dragonfly Festival and
Alzheimer's. And so
I'm
he's
taking
busy
care
guy.
of that. Yeah, Alzheimer's and a few other things.
Veterans transport, so doing that once in a while and go driving.
Unfortunately, with all this other stuff going on, I haven't been able to do the driving recently. Lately.
For pull back the curtain, if you haven't driven by East 2nd, the farmers on East 2nd right across the street might notice there's no building there no more.
Just a bunch of rubble there.
That will be the future home of the American Legion Post 61 building. And before it comes up, what was there must come down. So
that's right. Well, we're going to have a little phoenix rising here.
There you go.
You know, we're going to clear away the rubble and rise up a new building.
Yeah, but it'll be exciting here. So we'll talk more as we get closer to that stuff here. But we are weeks away from Dragonfly Festival 2026.
We are.
Beginning August the 1st, you were able to start signing up for all of the wildlife and Dragonfly and early bird tours. They are free, but they are first come, first served.
You got to get in there and make your reservations. Because we won't, I shouldn't say that, because if you happen to get there and say somebody made a reservation, but they couldn't make it, you may be able to get on that one, on as a standby.
Yeah, but it'll be the weekend of September, 10th?
12th. Starts on the 11th, Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a presentation Friday night on dragonflies.
Yes.
An expert, she did her graduate work at Bitter Lake on dragonflies, and so she's going to talk about that. Karen Gaines.
So she's been in the muck.
She has. Most definitely. And she's also one of our guides.
Excellent. So you might see her on Saturday or Sunday morning, depending on when your tour is there.
So she'll do that show on Friday night.
Okay. But stick around because weather permitting.
Right.
Usually the astronomy club will do a little stargazing star party out there.
Yeah, thanks to Peggy.
Yeah.
Peggy Bolin is the... I asked her about that. I said, "You're still the president?"
Oh, yeah.
And she says, "Yeah, they told me it was a lifetime appointment."
Wow.
So Peggy, has, as usual, Peggy is going to have her crew out there.
Good deal.
Now, whether or not Peggy herself will be there, I'm not sure.
But the astronomy club will be out there, and she's got a lot of.
Peggy really keeps busy. She's into
you
a lot.
You and her compete for busyness, I think, on some of these things.
So, that'll be stargazing.
Yeah, and it's really great to see it out there because you're away from the city lights, and that's why the astronomy club likes to go out there each year, and they do it right around. They also, on occasion, if they're invited to, will go out to some of the old silos.
Yeah,
and because they're out in the middle of nowhere too, and it's dark, and they got a big concrete pad where they can sit out there and really do some stargazing. So they do that from time to time. So if you want to learn more about the astronomy club, come out that Friday night, hang out with them. Even if weather doesn't cooperate, still an opportunity to talk with them and learn more about their club and go see stars when the weather permits. So.
Right. Well, hopefully it'll be a clear night and we can
knock on wood, that'll be all good. But once in a while, the clouds roll in and you can't see.
They had one year, I can remember, they had a beautiful view of Saturn. I got to see the rings.
And everything. Wow.
Oh, it was really a good,
see, they got
good night.
Good telescopes. I just had that, like, one you buy at Kmart for like $50. And that was like back during Halley's Comet. Remember that?
Yeah, everybody had their little. I've got one of those in my shed. I don't think it may be so clouded up I can't see through it at all.
Yeah,
but I've had it probably 50, 60 years now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got a lens, a film of things. So,
yeah.
But that'll be Friday night, the 11th?
11th.
That's the
Friday
11th,
night,
yes.
the 11th.
And then Saturday the 12th is kind of the all-day Saturday event. And beginning at 6?
There's an early bird that goes out at 6, and then we have some other.
Then the Dragonfly tours start about.
They start about 9.
Yeah, I think about 9.
I was trying to see if I had.
And I believe they go till 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yes, we do not go much later than that.
Because the heat.
Even though it's September.
Yeah, it's still pretty warm.
They start getting hot.
Yeah.
And the dragonflies say, "Hey, I ain't coming out."
You're looking at weeds and whatnot more. You're looking at dragonflies in the afternoon because they're kind of like you said, they're going.
Like most of the animals out there.
Yeah.
When the heat comes up, they go down.
They go, and that's why to see the nature in action out at Bitter Lake. Sunrise and sunset are usually.
You got it.
The most active times because that's when the most of the animals are out hunting, fishing, gathering, doing their routine, getting food, and then during the nighttime they're out, and then by the time the heat of the day they're usually in their
they're hunkered down.
They're hunkered down trying to stay cool.
It's too hot. I'm going to go find someplace.
Yeah. But that being said, you still get to see a lot of cool stuff. You get to those early shows. But like we said, if you go online to friendsofbitterlake.org.
Right.
There you can sign up for the early bird tour, any of the dragonfly tours, or wildlife tours.
Right.
And each one's different. The early bird tour is exactly what it says. At 6 a.m. they go and they take you out and you go see different species of bird throughout the refuge there. The dragonfly tours focus on the dragonflies and things. The wildlife tour really is what it is. All the other aspects of the refuge, the animals, the plants, the different migratory things that go on, you get to see behind the scenes of some of that.
That's right.
That's what that tour's about.
That's the early bird tours.
Yeah.
So and those fill up real fast.
They do.
So be sure to call out to the refuge and get the information. If you call that number, No, I'm really bad. Let me see. That's the Bitter Lake. Okay, I don't have that number on there.
But is it on the website, the friendsofbitterlake.org? If you go to that website.
Lake, and you go to that one, and you can find that phone number there. And I know where I can find this fairly good.
And then while you're looking that up, I also want to point out, too, that that if you go to the website, they do their monarch butterfly release during the Dragonfly Festival.
That'll be on Saturday.
And youth can sign up to come be a part of that. And what they do is you just sign up. Doesn't cost anything or nothing. And they'll tell you to be there at the appropriate time. And you'll all go together and release the next batch of monarch butterflies out to the refuge here. And they'll pick up the herd, and then continue on either north. I guess at this point they'd be heading south. So I don't know at this time of year.
They're starting their southerly migration. Get down to Mexico and hang out for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe not the generation that leaves here. It may be a next generation that actually gets there.
That kind of goes right. They're going to be, but that's how the monarch butterfly is. Literally. A group is born just to get them from point A to point B.
Right.
And then they're done.
Right.
And then the next group takes them to get on to either settlers.
And so on. And you're right. It could be north, it could be south, depending on the seasons and what.
But I think at this time of year, they're probably hidden down
probably
to
heading south. It's time to
They're looking
south.
for umbrella drinks. And
I understand that there's also a collection. You know, we always talk about the Mexico collection, but there's also a collection in California.
Okay.
There's another place there where the monarchs gathered.
Okay.
I'm not.
And they're coming from farther up north, I guess?
They could be.
And they settle, I'm guessing, Southern California
They
somewhere.
get down to that California coast area.
Okay.
I think it's probably in the redwood, sequoia type
Makes
forest
sense.
there.
A lot of places for butterflies to.
But on the coast, because they get the warming breezes during the winter, and it doesn't freeze quite as much.
So they can get the most of their 2 weeks of life or whatever it is.
Yeah, butterflies don't last. Don't have a real.
I don't blame them. If
lifespan.
I'm going to be alive for 2 weeks, I want to be in the nicest weather possible.
There you go. There you go. Got that number for you. It's 575-244-6256.
Okay, call that if you want to sign up for any tours or questions about any of the stuff we were talking about here. In addition to that, there's going to be a lot of nonprofit and other organizations that'll be there offering activities or events. Like Scouts usually provide some food opportunities out there for some dogs and drinks and things.
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
They do the food stuff.
Yeah.
We plan on, I believe, right now we're working with Stellar's Coffee.
Okay.
To have coffee there in the morning.
There you go. That will be a welcome reception.
Yes.
Especially the early bird people will be like, those Stellar coffees.
They'll be there for that early board, 6 or 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Gotcha.
Coffee and pastries.
Excellent.
That's about all they're going to have.
Hey, that's
it's
plenty.
just enough to get you going in the morning.
Get you a good sugar rush.
Yep. Get your lunch at the Boy Scout tent. And
it's a lot of fun to come see the different. And, of course, we want you to walk the refuge and tour and see, obviously stay on the trails and
sure.
But the refuge and if folks aren't familiar, I probably should have started this. Bottomless Lakes State Park is your recreation park to go there to camp, to fish, to swim, boat, whatever, do whatever you do out there.
Yeah.
Bitter Lake is a national wildlife refuge. The purpose of it is to be a sanctuary and research for animals and plant life native to this area.
You got it.
Also serves in the big scope of things as a rest stop / what we jokingly call the pilot flying J for migratory animals, from those monarch butterflies to many migratory birds, geese, other birds, and so forth.
The cranes during the fall.
The cranes, yes. Yep. Some of these animals will park it here for the winter and have their offspring and things like that. But that's generally, kind of in the big scope what it does. But the history of the park in and of itself has as much human history and as it does natural history, because in addition to it being a preserve and studying the animals and plant life and making sure that we keep the non-native stuff out of there. It also is a historical area for Native American hunting grounds and some of the archaeology and culture of Native Americans.
Yep.
It's we use it to study that. Also, even a lot of the buildings and stuff are New Deal, Franklin FDR era, kind of getting us out. And so there's some of that history as well there going on. But so there's a little of all that history out there, but the primary purpose of the refuge is to be a place for these animals and plants to do their thing. We, the people, are there to observe and report, and we're the guests.
That's right.
Therefore, it's not there to camp. It's not there to do all that, the stuff that you do at bottomless lakes. But we would love to have you enjoy it, but we ask that you remember you're the guests. Stay on the paths. Don't be wandering through the woods or wandering through the different aspects. You don't realize what you can be tampering in that ecosystem out there. So
yeah, you don't want to go messing things up out there.
But that being
said,
very
delicate.
We'd love to have you walk around the lake, get your exercise, come see the beauty of the lake.
Right.
We do recommend, and even in September it'll be a little cooler, if you do go out onto the trails, bring water with you, sunscreen,
it's going to be hot even in September.
There is limited places, I think 1 or 2 areas you can go to the bathroom while you're out and about there, but plan accordingly there. Maybe hit the visitor center before you head out.
That's right. Yeah, the visitor centers, of course, have those rest stop areas, but there is a rest stop down around the big curve.
Sure.
Just before you go to
and that's about it. So
that's it. Yeah.
So plan accordingly.
And
unlike nature, you cannot use the bathroom out in nature.
Well, if perchance you happen to be out there and you're behind the bush sort of thing, just be very cautious.
Something might bite back. Just
there might be somebody out there or something out there that would bite back.
Yeah,
so.
it's possible. Yeah. But we would love to have folks. And if you've never been out there, then let's make Dragonfly Festival your first chance to come see.
Come out and say hi.
Beautiful oasis you have in your own backyard.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun out there.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids. There are banners out.
Mm-hmm. We haven't even talked about the artwork and the T-shirts and all that. Yeah,
there's the banners at the Poe and Main on the fence there for the fairgrounds.
Yes,
you'll see it as you drive by on Main. There's one in front of the subway at 2nd and Main.
Okay.
Second, it is 2nd and Main.
You had to think about it for a minute. It's like, right downtown here.
Yeah.
Yep. About a block from us over here.
And then there's another one out in front of the Walmart, Sam's Club area out on Main.
And the cool part about if you've seen the T-shirts or if you go to Friends of Bitter Lake and you see the artwork, those are the local youth.
All local kids.
That they do a contest in the early spring.
Yeah.
Where they have elementary age kids all draw their dragonflies, and there's hundreds of pictures. And they'll go through, and then each grade level they'll do a thing, and then they kind of have an overall one. And then when you see the main T-shirt, the main logo, that was this year's winner.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. These kids get to see their artwork on T-shirts and posters and things like that.
And these banners have some past winners on them.
Yeah.
Well, I found some of the photos from
years past and put them up,
and they're on the banner. So
who knows? You might be someone be able to look. Oh, that's mine from 5th grade. I'm in high school now.
That was years ago. Yeah. 10 years ago.
Maybe an adult out there like, that was me when now I'm in my 20s. But supporting all that is the thing too. And here's another thing: when you're out there, please be sure to visit the visitor center out there. The gift store that is in there is run by the Friends of Bitter Lake. All the money that is raised from that gift shop goes back to projects and things at the refuge,
including the Dragonfly Festival.
Yes, including Dragonfly Festival,
and Cranes and Cocoa, and doing the springtime cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
We provide some funds.
Even some of the construction projects, some of the bird blinds, some of the trail repairs or updates, or
provided some funds.
They got to move some dirt around or something. Yep. They help out. That helps out with some of that stuff.
And on the other flip side of that, we also have volunteers at the refuge.
Yeah.
a volunteer does not have to be a Friends member, and a Friends member does not have to be a volunteer.
Yeah, there's kind of two different levels there.
You can be both.
Sure.
But
and each volunteer in a different way, whereas like the Friends volunteers, they'll work like the Dragonfly festivals, they'll do some projects out at the cleanup days and things like that. The Friends that are official with the government organization, that is, the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, they're the ones that help out with some of the science side of things, like bird counts, soil temperatures, whatever. If they do have like a National Geographic thing or something, then they go out to some of the parts where they generally don't like people going out to.
That's the volunteers.
Some of those volunteers will help with those.
Right.
So if you want to get kind of in the sciencey side, maybe check out there.
Yeah.
But if you want to help out with the people side, and by the way, you can do both. Like
community
Don said,
interface.
That way you say, I love to help out with Dragonfly, but yeah, I want to get out there and help out with the science stuff.
Which over the years I have done both. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The only thing I don't do is bird count.
Okay.
I'm not really good at going 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
40 foot. There's 76 there.
My vision wouldn't help out either. I'm like,
but.
I don't know. That bird might have two heads. I can't tell. I can't tell if that's one bird or two.
You got it. Yeah. That was me. Yeah. I don't know if that was two birds or a two-headed bird.
I think that's a crow.
Yeah. But they have a lot of fun too. And we've got some really good people that do those counts.
Yeah.
Patrick is fantastic on that. So
yeah, I'm sure they'll teach you the ways.
Yeah, he will. If you're
I'm sure it's not like.
If you're interested in getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning,
this is not this is an early bird or early risers game here. Yeah.
What he does is he gets out there and surveys the area and says, okay, here we're going to count cranes. Here we're going to count geese. Over here we're going to count how many sparrows and cardinals and what else we can find that are traveling through.
The other
category. The other category. And then they make up a little list of, we saw so many of this kind.
Yeah.
He's been seeing a lot of...
and you learn a lot. I'm learning. That's how they study the migratory patterns and things.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll compare and contrast to be like, hey, I'm noticing you're seeing more over here. The herd has kind of shifted their path of 20 miles this way or that way.
That's
or
right.
something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how they determine all that.
This all goes back to a national registry.
Okay.
They send information.
And they store
data,
that and save it, and then the computers probably compile that data and compare and contrast.
So we can see what the
trends and patterns.
The paths are.
Yeah, it's really
migratory paths of different birds.
Mm-hmm.
Not just all of them in general, but individuals.
And I'm going to tell you, they could probably also use that to study weather, because I don't know about y'all, but you want to know who the best weathermen are? Animals. You want to see animals leaving because of a storm, and usually birds and things like it, they know.
Yep.
And so I'm
time to
pretty
hunker
sure
down. Here comes a storm.
If you're saying, hey, these guys are consistently avoiding this area, it's because there's probably something in the weather or something.
Something's happening.
And they could probably predict the changes, the climate changes and things too, through all that kind of stuff. So it's very important stuff that they're studying out there. Even though you're thinking, how's counting ducks helping me? Or it's like, well,
no, it's very, very necessary.
Plus, it's also for control and pop. Like, you want to know, it's like, oh, you know what? There's less and less of them. We've got an issue. We need to. They're starting to become endangered.
They keep this data, and there has been some changes.
Or the other way, it's like, wow, there's an influx of this bird all of a sudden.
Right. Yeah. What caused that? Where did we see this happen?
What anomaly happened to? Yeah. And that's what they study, all this kind of stuff.
You got it.
So, and then they say, well, here's the anomaly. Is that an environmental thing, or is this a DNA thing, or is it just a dumb? The planets collide and they just happen to have more offspring this year. I don't know. It's just,
that's right.
What that is. But that's the kind. So if you're into that, that's a way to volunteer.
Volunteer to that.
But come out to the Dragonfly Festival to actually learn some about this stuff and talk to some of the experts. When you go out on the tours, they'll probably get a little more in depth than some of the stuff we're talking about here. On what they do out there.
On the Dragonfly tours, sometimes the guides will actually catch dragonflies.
Okay.
So that, and there's a special way to handle them.
Sure.
You have to be careful.
Yeah.
They're very fragile. So we catch them so that you can see them up close and personal.
See the colors and the elaborate patterns and things on some of these. Yeah,
and most often they'll let the dragonfly set on somebody's hand. They can really, I got to touch a dragonfly, and then it flies away.
Oh, yeah.
Back into its natural.
I mean, I say the kids will love it, but there's going to be a lot of adults that are going to be cool with it.
I see adults that can I just?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's
really neat.
And if you've never been out to Bitt or Lake Wildlife Refuge, please come out there. It literally is this oasis in your backyard.
It is.
And
it's only 9 miles out Bitter Lake Road or out Red Bridge Road.
And I think the county's pretty much got all the roads. Now post flood here. Everything from there into Bitter Lake's good to
really
go.
Really nice road.
No detours or reroutes or any of that stuff.
Yep.
It's straight shooting there.
And it's a good road.
Yeah.
It's really smooth and nice. And
so you get out there by the mall hanging
all the time.
Keep going, you'll be boom. You get out there. It's really easy, but it's a great place to come and even. You know what? I mean, don't wait till September. Come out this weekend if you get a chance. Come out there, and I know it's going to be hotter in Hades this weekend, but get out there
early.
Yeah, get out there early. Come to the visitor center.
This time of day.
Yeah. Get out there like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. That'd be a perfect time. Yeah. The gates open at dawn.
Yep.
And they close at dark.
Yep.
Now, if you're in after dark, it will let you out. It will not let you in after dark.
Right.
But if you're already there, it will let you out.
Yeah.
So you aren't trapped.
That has a little eye there that says, okay, this guy's going to leave. Okay,
yeah.
I guess I better open my gate.
Yeah. If you remember the old roach motels from the 80s, the raid roach motels, that bugs can get in, but they can't get out. These are the opposite.
Yeah.
Bugs can't get in, but they'll let the bugs out. So.
That's right. Now, don't plan on being there after dark.
Right. Don't. But if you do lose track of time or something happens, you're like, oh man, and the gate's locked because then it'll let you.
That being said, Friday night, of course, we're going to be there late. We have the show.
Yeah.
Friday night.
That'll be one of the exceptions to the rule.
So, come out and see the show, see the stars at night. But we will have the gate open for you.
Of course, once it gets dark, though, you're blocked in. Yeah. So, I mean, you can get out,
right?
But you're going to miss the party if it's already dark because the door will lock.
So get there before dark, before the sun goes down.
6:30, we're still good to go there.
Yeah,
so you get there about 6 or so, you'll be plenty of time of daylight left out there.
And if you get out there about 5:36, gives you a little time. You can wander around the nature store.
Yeah. Or walk around, certainly the grounds there around that area before you get too deep into the park.
That's right.
But definitely walk around there and visit and there is a lot of exhibits and things in the visitor center nature store there too.
Yep.
If you want to learn something about the human history side, we were talking about some of the lake itself and how it came to be, and there's a lot of that history in there too.
That is.
Learn and a lot of stuff to read and look at.
Some of the exhibits will be set up Friday night. They have to do. The tent they're going to have to put up on Wednesday, I think it is.
Okay.
Our tent provider actually has worked with the air races. So he's trying to manage his time. And
Dragonfly kind of owned that first week of September, but the air races have kind of come in and
they got a
double
duty. Yep. So
maybe some of those air race folks will come in, be a part of it and hang out in there and do.
I hear planes out every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
coming past my house. I lived out not at the airport, but in that around the fairgrounds area.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I hear those planes. These are not local planes. These are planes that are out here
training,
checking out the area and how the race is going to go.
I'm sure they're probably running loops or running the track or whatever out there.
They do that a lot in the spring too.
Yeah,
they'll come in here and
I think in May I think May is when the new pilots have to get their certifications or licensing.
That might be.
And so I know, like last May, everybody did because there was a new track.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking now just the pilots that didn't compete last year have to get that.
Yes, we have an additional group that's coming in.
Yeah, and plus they've added the big boys this year with some of the planes that will do mock. And they made, and the reason they didn't is because they had to. Last year, the courses weren't quite set up for those yet.
They didn't have a safety runway.
Yeah, some of the safety precautions.
Got a safety runway now.
Yeah, now it's all
all set.
Yeah.
We're set for the next at least 5 years.
Yeah. And they get the beautiful grandstands. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously they got the Thunderbirds this year, so that's going to make it a big thing.
That's going to be neat.
But maybe some of those folks will maybe get to go down and see things with wings that don't have engines. Just
there you go. There you go. And they got 4 wings.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see your ancestors, the glider folks.
Yeah, they have a what do they call that? I can't think of the word. When they find something in a stone. See, the word went. Anyway, they've got one out there of an ancient dragonfly.
Okay.
That's several million years.
Okay, kind of like in the Jurassic Park and the crystallized or whatever in the fossilized maybe.
Fossil. Yeah,
fossilized,
that's what I was fossilized.
Yeah.
But it's there, and you can see this particular dragonfly is like a meter across.
Okay.
The wingspan.
Wow.
And they were bigger than that.
That's like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, this thing is huge. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, if I saw that thing flying, I'm taking cover.
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe. And they were ferocious.
Yeah. I imagine. Well, when you looked at, golly. But, folks, I just saw the time. We probably should wrap it up here. But, folks, if you're interested, please start getting, go to the website now. I'm telling you, if you wait till closer to September, you might miss out on your chance to get involved in some of the tours. Go to friendsofbitterlake.org, and you'll see the thing for the Dragonfly Festival. And then you can book your tours for the Early Bird Tour. There's only one of those Saturday morning. Then there's the Dragonfly Tour, which they'll have multiple on Saturday and maybe some Sunday morning overflow.
If we get enough people that we can't fit them all in on Saturday, which is pretty much the case.
Usually the case.
Well, we have an overflow of a couple of tours on Sunday morning.
They'll do like 9 or 11, 10. It's about lunchtime, I think, about on Sunday. They'll do
we're done by lunch.
And then and there'll be a few wildlife tours as well. There'll be multiple ones on Saturday and maybe 1 or 2 on Sunday.
If we have enough people requesting it, yes.
But again, go to the website, friendsofbitterlake.org right now to do that. Also, if you want to sign your child up to be to launch one
butterfly.
of the release, I say not launch.
Yeah,
release one of the monarch butterflies.
We always let the kids get a butterfly and release it.
And they usually have plenty of them to do that, but it just first come, first serve. So sign up sooner rather than later on that one.
That's right.
And
if you're going to call the refuge, 575-244-6256.
Very good.
And that way you can get in there and make your reservations.
And if you're interested in becoming a volunteer, again, friendsofbitterlake.org.
Right.
You can see more about that, about becoming a volunteer. If you want to donate, there's a great there's a way to do that there as well, too. And then, of course, please make plans to attend Dragonfly Festival. Again, Friday night, September 11th, come out at 6 p.m. for the Dragonfly discussion or talk.
Yeah, it's a presentation.
And then stick around for the stargazing party afterwards. And then bright and early at 6 a.m., the early bird tour starts Saturday morning the 12th. Yep. And then the fun goes through to late afternoon on Saturday.
About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that.
And then if, like we said, if need be, we'll have some morning tours Sunday morning for the wildlife and dragonfly if need be.
What we call overflow.
Yeah. But bring the whole family out. Saturday during the day is kind of the day where all the tents, all the different organizations will be out there. If you want to help out with some of the, usually there's like quilts and different things that you can contribute to help other nonprofits and things. But a lot of cool stuff you can win.
If you want to be a super volunteer, there's one thing you can do.
Yeah.
You can sign up to be what we call an RVer.
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to do it.
If you've got an RV and you would like to work at the refuge, usually it's about 3-month tours, 3 to 6 months, depending on which one you want.
3 months tour.
There you go. You can park your RV there. We'll provide the electrical and water.
Perfect.
And sewage. You hook it all up. I think you have to have your own propane, but
get tank pretty
anything
cheap.
out. We provide, and you can be there. You have to work about 3 days. Usually that's just helping out in the nature store.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go out on the refuge and get to drive around and see the refuge. make sure that the place is reasonably clean.
Sure.
We have too many people like to dump their garbage.
It is out in the middle of nowhere.
We want to get that off of there, that kind of a thing. So, if you know of somebody, a friend that's in another and wants to come visit for a while, let them spend 3 months there.
It's a good way to get some relatives or friends to come visit you and say, hey, I got your hookup and everything. And just
you work 3 days, you got 4 days to run around.
The rest of the time we can go down to the caverns or go to Lincoln or wherever you want to
go.
Capitan or Redosa, whatever.
And you're essentially living free there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, friendsofbitterlake.org. Go learn more. And then make plans to attend Dragonfly Festival Friday, September 11th, and then all day Saturday, September 12th. And
overflow on Sunday.
Yeah. Friendsofbitterlake.org. So,
right.
Thank you, Don, as always.
Thank you, Mike.
And I think go get some rest here before.
I think so.
Yeah.
I got to go pull metal sheeting out of the rubble.
All right. Well.
Recycle what I can.
Wear gloves.
Oh, yes. I got my gloves. Nice, big, heavy ones.
Yeah. But thank you, Don, as always. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, 8:54. Let's pause for news and a quick break before more news. Don't go away.
In SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. On the heels of President Trump's announcement that he plans a meeting with North Korean dictator Kim by year's end, there's word of another North Korean missile launch. South Korea's military says the North fired off a series of short-range ballistic missiles toward the sea. Another night of terror for war-weary civilians in Ukraine as Russia launched yet another large-scale attack. Reports of at least 16 people killed in the latest Russian assault. The national debt has hit another record high, soaring to $40 trillion and still growing. President Trump, meanwhile, continues to rail against Federal Reserve interest rate policies. On Wall Street this morning, stocks deep in the red. The Dow is down about 363 points, while the Nasdaq is off almost 200 points, and the S&P down 28 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. Everybody's all excited about how much fun socialism's going to be once it sits up and takes its first breath in the new America. But here at the bait camp, we're seeing something different, and that is shared poverty for all. Yes, we're all going to be equal, around 90 pounds, give or take. So why try anymore? What's the point?
I don't know.
Everything's all about the hive getting what it wants. You're just there to feed it. The guy who owned the company where you used to work had to close down. Once Sandio Communist Cortez found out he used electricity to run the machines that you used to work on. So why work anyway? It's not like you're going to get ahead. You're not getting any more bacon cheesecake either. That's oppressive, you pig, so stop asking. And don't worry about getting a better car either. You're taking the bus anyway, cowboy. It's just more fair that way. Now you might be asking yourself, Uncle Otis, what's the difference in all this in pink eye? Well, go ahead and change into your play clothes while I explain it to you. The hive takes what it needs, and it always needs more. So while you're hanging there like a loose tooth waiting for your next government check, try to remember how worried you used to be about saving our democracy. Well, this time it's not a drill. When news stinks, you'll smell it first. Right here on the Otis Advisory. I'll see you on the other side of the razor wire at the Peace March.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
School is back in session, but summer rolls on, and Roswell Nissan is wrapping up the summertime season with some serious savings. Get 2.9% APR for up to 72 months on the all-new Nissan Armada. Or score an unbelievable 0% for up to 60 months on the all-new 2026 Nissan Pathfinder, Murano, or Rogue. Bring in your trade. It's probably worth more than you bargained for. Say so long to summer behind the wheel of your next new vehicle. The end of summer savings event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Life can feel like a race, except somebody keeps moving the finish line, or your shoe becomes untied, or your phone buzzes every 12 seconds. But Hebrews 12 reminds us that we're not running the race alone. A great cloud of witnesses has gone before us, and Jesus is the one we keep our eyes on. So lay aside the weight, drop the distractions, stop comparing your lane to someone else's, and run the race that God has set before you with endurance, hope, and joy, even when the road feels long, steep, and uncertain. And when you stumble, or when you grow tired, or when you wonder if you can't keep going, then trust that His grace meets you step by step, reminding you that every faithful stride matters to God. Because we don't run for victory, we run through the victory that Jesus has already won. So come run the race with us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Saddle up and get ready for the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Equine Club Play Day, an event honoring all firefighter and EMT personnel. Saturday, August 22nd at the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Arena, 1403 East Poe in Roswell. Come early. Registration begins at 9 a.m., with the books closing at 10:30 and the event beginning at 11. You can also register and find out more by messaging Chaves County Sheriff's Posse on Facebook. The Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Equine Club Play Day, Saturday, August 22nd at the Chaves County Sheriff's Posse Arena, 1403 East Poe in Roswell. This message brought to you by Fergie's Plumbing and Heating.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. On the heels of President Trump's announcement that he plans to meet with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un by year's end, there's another North Korean missile launch. South Korea's military says the North has fired off roughly 10 short-range ballistic missiles to the sea. It was another night of terror for war-weary civilians in Ukraine as Russia launched yet another large-scale attack. The BBC's Dan Johnson is in the capital, Kiev.
Air raid sirens sounded across the city, quickly followed by the impact of around 20 Russian missiles. Targets are as yet unclear, but a children's hospital and a school were damaged and power supplies were disrupted for some communities. There are reports of people trapped in a residential building and a bomb shelter. A large proportion of the country was under prolonged air raid alert through the night because of incoming missile and drone attacks.
At least 16 people were killed in the latest Russian assault. The national debt has hit another record high, soaring to $40 trillion, and it's still growing. President Trump continues to rail against Fed interest rate policy.
We have a very powerful country, and we're powering through these ridiculous interest rates. It's a very unfair system, and I've said it now for a long time. When our country does well, interest rates should go down. I mean, every time I hear our country's doing well, I say, oh, it's too bad, because they lift up interest rates. They should drop interest rates because it means we have a strong country.
Federal aviation safety investigators are at an airport near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's where a small plane, a Cessna, collided last evening with a state police helicopter. The copter was on a training mission at the time. The pilot of the plane was killed. The 2 state troopers on the helicopter were injured. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down about 303 points. The Nasdaq off 156. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Editorial independence, or the lack thereof, leads to a rift between the Pentagon and a news organization serving the military community.
Longtime Stars and Stripes publisher Max D. Lederer Jr. has announced his retirement, citing differences with the direction of the Pentagon's leadership, as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's Pentagon seeks to exert editorial control. 4 months ago, the person tasked with safeguarding the publication's independence, Jacqueline Smith, was fired. Stars and Stripes is partly funded by the Pentagon and has recently been at the forefront of some of the reporting on conditions for sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln and concerns for their mental health during the aircraft carrier's long deployment, concerns that President Donald Trump has downplayed. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Residents of Hawaii's Big Island still struggling to recover from last week's hurricane left 2 people dead. News and analysis, townhall.com. The initial results of a study of an experimental cancer treatment are encouraging.
Moderna and Merck are developing an mRNA-based cancer vaccine designed to be tailored to individual patients based on unique mutations within their tumors. They're pairing a new Moderna drug with Merck's immunotherapy drug, Keytruda. The company said patients in a study who received the combination live longer without cancer returning or metastasizing than patients who got Keytruda alone. Bob Wagner reporting.
A judge is set to consider whether to grant Texas teen Carmelo Anthony a new trial following his murder conviction and the stabbing death of a 17-year-old athlete at a high school track meet. The judge who presided over the trial earlier this summer has now been removed from the case, and there's a new judge who has been assigned. At a judge considering a motion from Anthony's attorneys. They're requesting a retrial in the case. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
I mentioned this the other day, but my daughter, she said, "Dad, look what I can do." I'm like, "Oh, you found your trill." It's a really, I mean, because most of my kids are New Mexico natives. They were born here, raised here. So it's just an honor when a native New Mexican finally finds their trill. It's a thing of beauty. You gotta love it, you know?
He's trilled up.
I'm like, now all you gotta do is just train it, because you can use that when you order like at a fancy restaurant. Even though I know you're on the ordering chicken tenders, you can be like, chicken tender. Throw a little flair in there. Why not, you know? It was a true shirt. When I was a couple years ago, I saw it. My daughter has a very defined, diverse palate. She's had chicken strips at Italian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, I think a lot of parents would make that claim, pizza.
Yeah. For us, that's what it was when I was a kid, man. And I'll tell you what, one of the most successful programs of my childhood, and I think a lot of millennials my age would agree with this, is the Book It program. You want to get your kids to read, promise them a personal pan pizza at the end of it, and they will read.
I was a generation before that.
Yeah, but man, that was the best.
I believe we got McDonald's gift like
the
$5.
$5,
yeah,
like the
I feel
booklet.
like that was something they were giving us out.
I remember that. Burger Bucks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
a McDonald's gift certificate.
That book it program, man. It was right at the height of when like Pizza Hut was like
they started like the personal pan pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was around the same time when the personal pan pizza.
And that was and still is to this day the best pizza on the planet. I don't care where you're at, how fancy it is, if it's all margarita or some kind of the personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut is the best pizza, especially if you eat it right there on the spot, like with your red.
I actually
cup of Coke.
The family size pan pizza.
Now
it tastes different to me than the personal pan pizza. But agree, fresh from the sitting there at the pizza
in the
Hut.
pan.
Yes,
because you're never going to have a pan experience.
All of what you said, but the big one, not the personal pan pizza.
And I think it's more, and maybe it's changed since my hands have changed size. But I always felt like the personal pan was like, this is yours.
Yeah,
you're only going to get pepperoni on it. I know, but theoretically. You could do with this what you want.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, so. I get it as a kid, and you're like, oh, it's all mine. But taste-wise, I'll take the big one every time. It just hits a note. And it's got to be on the thing, and it's got to be the Cokes and the red cups.
The red cups,
whole, and preferably with the pitcher nearby.
I was going to say, with the
with
stained
the chandelier.
Glass chandelier.
Yeah, all that. Yes. I need all that. So.
Man, now that's a trigger. Because speaking of, well, let me say this: the what is now Portofino's used to be the Pizza Hut on 2nd Street, and that's where when I was in band in high school, that's where we would go and hang out after football games.
I'm trying to think if it was a Pizza Hut when I got here.
It would have been.
I think it would have been. I think it was
because you got here when I was still in high school.
2000. Yeah. So
yeah, it would have still.
I was trying to think if it was still a Pizza Hut then.
But no. Speaking of high school football action coming your way tomorrow night. That's right.
We'll have Roswell and Goddard at ksvptv.com. You can watch both of those games. Coyotes in the Coyote channel, Rockets in the Rocket channel.
As it should be.
We're going to be doing the home games on the radio here on 106.5 each Friday night. So tomorrow night, it'll be Roswell hosting Hobbs here on the radio. Also note, we will be carrying the coaches pregame shows for both Goddard and Rocket here on the Goddard Rockets and for the Roswell Coyotes right here on the morning show. We'll try to do them in the 7 o'clock. I think tomorrow I'll be in the 7, but once in a while I'll have to do them in other hours.
It felt like on Monday, I was like, we got a whole week. We got this. I was walking in this morning like, oh my God, it's Thursday.
It's tomorrow.
So,
yeah.
But yes, ksvptv.com to enjoy all that.
Nothing personal, but Sean will be buried behind computers for the next 2 days.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy couple of days.
Kind of our modus operandi will be for the next couple of days here.
Dias. Now, I stumbled upon something, and I have to share this because it's kind of maybe one of the most amazing ad campaigns I've ever heard of. I know it's fake, but I really don't want it to be. So, Liquid Death, the sparkling water in the cans.
Energy drink or whatever.
Yeah, I think there's like one energy, but mostly just sparkling water in cans. They teamed up with a brand called Garage Beer, and they got Jason Kelsey as their spokesperson /
not Travis, but Jason, the brother.
Yes, Taylor's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's actually how it was presented here. But
he is probably going to be a Hall of Famer in his own right as a lineman, but that's all right.
And this is all based on one simple premise.
Yeah.
With the rise of artificial intelligence and the prevalence it has in society, AI data centers use millions and millions of gallons to cool their data centers. So with that in mind, Liquid Death, Garage Beer, and Jason Kelsey have teamed up because...
We want your pee.
No, I saw what you said. Oh, yeah.
We want your pee. Please give us your pee. Let's pee on computers together.
The video is just them walking through a field carrying jars of pee of various colors, by the way. It looks like a stoner carrying a gallon of it. A firefighter carrying a 5-gallon jug of it. A businessman carrying it in a briefcase. An old man in a bag, and his pee is orange.
With
Garage Beer's classic light beer and liquid dense sparkling energy. The light beer of energy drinks. It's never been easier to
A juggalo just starts drinking it.
All right.
Let's pee on computers together to save humanity. There's an eagle peeing.
Go ahead and have another Garage Beer or liquid dense sparkling energy. Then send your pee to the AI data center of your choice. We even make it easy with these collectible, sealable mugs.
That's pretty funny. Ask for him by name.
At the end. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, I love it. I'm not a huge fan of liquid death, but they say drink more of it so you can create more pee for data centers, and I'm all for that.
So did the companies put the bid out, or did like Kelsey's do this for their podcast?
No. This was Liquid Death and this Garage Beer company.
Okay.
They like joined forces for this ad campaign.
Okay.
And they brought in Jason.
Okay.
Kelsey's.
I didn't know if they were. This was like a skit.
Oh, but it will be on the podcast, I'm sure.
Oh, if it's not already been on there. But by the way, I hope this goes viral. Real quick, just mention this. One of the, I imagine it's going to go viral because it's pretty funny. I can't believe it happened. So a show that I kind of listened to growing up, not growing up, but so much later. It's now one of the high-rated morning shows in DC, the Sports Junkies. They do a morning sports show, and
they've been doing it for 40 years
for years. But they simulcast their radio show on the local TV, Comcast, one of the Comcast channels there
local
in DC.
Access.
Yeah. And so, I guess they're in the show this morning. There's a scene where they're sitting there on the phone with whoever they're talking to, and they're talking about the thing. But behind them, there's like a glass window, and their producers are behind them in the glass window. The producer had himself an adjustment to make.
Oh, no.
And he literally unzipped his fly, and weirdly enough, the computer monitor blocked where his, so it's almost like staged. I'm like, this had to be planned, man. It looks too perfectly done to be, but they claim this is all accidental.
Wow.
And it's literally, there's a footage of him just adjusting himself for like 30 seconds on the Comcast radio TV station.
You know what? After 10 seconds, you're not adjusting, all right? You're just on vacation.
Yeah. But he like unzipped and went in.
Well, sometimes you got it. Sometimes you can't just shake them loose. You know, you gotta like pull them off.
Put it this
leg.
way, like if you did this in public, you might get arrested for thinking that you're being creepy with people.
That's fair. That guy probably. I mean, if it was a situation where there were children involved, he probably would have had to report.
Like I think it's going to blow up.
Well, if you're seeing it, I got to imagine it's bound to have at least made some waves.
Well, I follow them on Twitter and stuff, so that's how I'm seeing it first.
It's going viral in the office because I'm going to look it up.
But it's going to go viral because it's pretty funny. Let's get the hour going. Yes. Matt Bristol of Bristol Law joined us on Monday's show in the 7 o'clock hour, giving us his sage legal advice. So we're going to play that interview for you here in mere moments. Before we do that, let's do this. Get you up to date on the weather.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy.
The National Championship Air Races return to Roswell, New Mexico. Get your tickets today at airrace.org.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure still hanging around the Four Corners region, and that means sunshine and hot temperatures for us, 100 to 105 today, and it should be sunny. Overnight will be clear with a few clouds and down to about 70 on the low. We're getting low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we're expecting sunshine about the same through the weekend. Sunny and hot. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 84 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 36%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 6 miles per hour. Sunny and hot with a high of 104 today. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10. I wish I had better news, but it's going to be more of that for the next several days. 72 and cloudy tonight. Last night they were saying we could get a rain chance, or yesterday they were saying we get rain chance, and they don't really say that tonight, but who knows. South winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny, hot, 103 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10. Mostly clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 71. So should be, as far as no rain chances for any football Friday here in the Wool Bowl or probably not in Lovington either, so we should be good. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high of 105. Sunday, sunny and hot, 105. And then next week, it's more of that, 104 on Monday, more of that on Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're down to 101. So make of that what you will. All right, it is 9:18. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with Matt Bristol from Bristol Law on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
This lot is stocked. The Summer is Stocked sales event is on now at Roswell Hyundai with great deals on an unbelievable selection of fresh new vehicles. Get 3.49% for up to 60 months and $1,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Kona, 3.49% for 60 and $2,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Elantra, and 0% for 60 and up to $3,000 in dealer choice bonus cash on 26 Tucson SE, plus 0 down and no payments for 90 days. The Summer is Stocked sales event on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is your one-stop shop for farm and ranch supplies in southeastern New Mexico, with a friendly, knowledgeable team that can help you find the brands you know, including Preferred, Pearson, Purina, High Pro Feeds, Ariat, Wrangler, Cinch, Justin Boots, and more. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is a proud supporter of area sports, 4-H, FFA, and the farmers and ranchers of tomorrow. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, celebrating over 50 years. It's hot outside, but the deals are even hotter during the summer clearance at Bush Appliance in Roswell. They're clearing the warehouse to make room for new arrivals, and that means massive savings on refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, dishwashers, ranges, cooktops, even full kitchen packages, plus custom kitchen and bathroom cabinetry too. Huge discounts and hot deals during the summer clearance event at Bush Appliance, 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell, Southeast New Mexico's home for appliances and cabinetry for generations. Looking for a hands-on career with strong job demand and long-term growth? The HVAC R Technology program at ENMU Roswell is the perfect place to start. Learn installation, maintenance, repair, and system diagnostics, all from a team nationally accredited through HVAC excellence. From electrical controls to blueprint interpretations, this program equips you with real-world skills employers are looking for. Call 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu to learn more. ENMU Roswell. Success starts here. Grab your dancing boots and gear up for 2 nights of live music coming to downtown Artesia. The 11th annual Red Dirt Black Gold Music Festival hits September 25th and 26th, featuring Pecos and the Rooftops.
If I only drink 11 beers by 6 p.m., everybody's gonna make it home.
Logan Ryan Band.
So put on them old Tacomas and them turquoise rings you like. We can burn up our burdens, send them up to smokes and pines.
The Wilder Blue.
Rio River Blue, Palomino Gold, crossing my mind like these white rock roads.
And the Delk Band.
I was reaching for her body, he was reaching for my soul.
Plus the New Mexico Brewfest, local food trucks and activities for all ages. Gates open at 4, but the fun's gonna last all night. Come on downtown and kick up some dust. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio this morning from Bristol Law Office. Matt Bristol back with us.
Morning,
Matt. In studio.
Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Doing
Bristol
great. How
Law
about
Office.
yourself? Matt Bristol back
Doing
with us.
good.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. I was kind of looking through my notes here, and it looks like August 11th was your and Kim's wedding anniversary.
It was, yeah. We celebrated
congratulations.
our 25th.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We did, we kind of went on our cruise earlier in the summer, and that was kind of our big gift. So literally, we went out to dinner, and we were going to go to Pasta Cafe, but it was Tuesday, and they're now closed on Tuesdays.
Oh,
so we
bummer.
ended up going across the street to Cattle Barrett and had dinner there. But then this weekend, on Friday, we went to Pasta Cafe and had our dinner. So
good.
We got 2 dinners out of it. That was our
that's awesome.
2 anniversry dinners.
Well, congratulations on 25 years.
Thank you. We don't need your services yet. For
family law, that's a good thing, yeah. And then, Sean's birthday was August 7th, so shout out to Sean.
Yeah. They went, did a trip to Santa Fe, and they Went to Meow Wolf, and they have a kind of a special little. I don't know if secret show is the right thing, but an exhibit going on there, and you go right now, and they've got like a special show. They got famous, and each of the Meow Wolves throughout the country have a different themed one, and of course, Santa Fe has a lot with the mariachi and Hispanic flavor on that one. But it's like a special show. They kind of, as you leave, and then they pull you out, and there's like this whole mariachi show going on and everything else. And
wow!
But anyway, he did all that. So
good.
So. Good. Of course, you spent a little time out of country since we last spoke too.
Yeah, I was out a week or so ago in Argentina. The weather was anywhere from 45 to 57 degrees. It was nice.
Yes, when you flip to the southern equator, to the southern half of the hemisphere, I should say, your weather flips. So their summer months are our winter months are their summer months, and vice versa. So.
Yes, the equivalent of their February here.
Yes, exactly.
So it was winter. It was really rainy before we got there. They said that's unusual. Winter's usually dry, and spring's usually the wet time of the year. But funny thing that happened when I was there a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were hunting and dark, and we're traveling in the truck back to the hacienda. And so the guy I'm with, he says, he's looking out the window. And he asks our guide, he says, Denton, is that the Big Dipper up there? And I'm like, Steve, there's no Big Dipper in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, it's a different pattern.
Yeah. And then Denton, the guide, says, well, what about the moon? And I'm like, is that a trick question? He goes, no. He said people try to convince him there's a separate moon in the southern hemisphere. I'm like, you're kidding me. The Earth only has one moon.
Right.
Hello.
We're not some of the other planets, or Jupiter that has like 9 moons or whatever. We got one.
Well, I was flabbergasted people thought that.
Well, there are people that think the Earth's flat.
Well, you know why the Earth's not flat? Because if it was, the cats would have knocked everything off.
That's true. Exactly. But there's people out there.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
But overall good trip?
Overall good trip, yeah. The flights were all good. They take good care of us. There's hot meals. They do your laundry. There's appetizer. There's the first course. There's the second course. There's the dessert. I mean, more food than we could ever eat.
I was gonna say, you that's the thing about trips. It's you almost like eating is a job. Every vacation or trip I go like that, it's like, is it time to eat already? I felt like I just ate. Everything's around food.
Well, we were out in the bush one day, and we have, quote, bird boys. And they bring the shells, and they bring the water and stuff, and they load the shotgun for you. And he taps me on the shoulder, and he points over on the distance. He says, El Zorro. Well, Zorro means fox.
Okay.
Well, it was this huge brown fox. I mean, it was freaking huge.
Yeah.
But it's really, really cool.
Huh.
So after the hunt, we're, just chilling and talking and stuff. And our host, is very good in English. And he says, yeah, if you come out here at night with a spotlight, you can see all their eyes as they're looking for the downed bird.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, well, so what color do their eyes reflect? He says they reflect green.
Interesting. That's a little unnerving.
Yeah, wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah. I think if I'm in the middle of the night and I see a bunch of green eyes, I'm peeing a little. Just saying.
That's God's trying to get back in the truck.
That's right. Our safari's done. Well, is it time to eat? We gotta go.
Yeah, that'd be really spooky, I think.
Yeah. But of course, but sounds like a good time. And any good hunts and everything?
Yeah, it's just bird dove hunting. They have a waterfowl there.
Gotcha.
They have a chucker-like bird. I think it's a ptarmigan. I'm not sure.
Okay.
This outfit does have some big game hunting in the area. And then they were the same people I hunted in Patagonia for red stag.
Oh, very good.
Same outfitter, yeah.
Good deal. How's of course with those they probably have like gourmet meals and things set up, or you know what I mean. So yeah. But I was like, I don't know if you get to eat what you, especially with game, because a lot of times you got the trophy hunt and stuff. But if it's like birds and stuff. I'm like, do we get to eat some of it? Or
Well, Argentina's known for its beef, and so we had beef
A lot of
and
steak.
pork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the steak was like 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick.
Nice.
And they make Malbec wine, so we had that with every lunch and dinner. And of course, my friend and I, like we're old farts, so we pace ourselves with the wine.
Yeah. The young ones, what's the story about the bull? Never mind. Ask your grandparents about that.
So it was, we thought we'd be hunting with another group of folks, but turned out there were just the two of us. And
okay.
We've been best buddies since 1971.
Well, that probably made it a fun trip then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, excellent. Then I guess they probably already planned the next trip. All right, we'll do this again at location B next time.
Well, in December, we'll go back to South Dakota. We've been going there pheasant hunting.
Okay.
In December. And hadn't talked about wanting to go back to Argentina. But I sure like that temperature.
I was say.
That was really nice because their summers can get hot.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, definitely. It's... but I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, so you go to Argentina in the winter and then South Dakota in the winter. You must like winter. You're going off peak hours. I can save money. Yeah.
Yeah, South Dakota gets pretty chilly, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's my top 5 places I want to be in December.
Well, I asked my buddy about that because we could go as early as September.
Uh-huh.
And I'm asking him, okay, what's the story on that? And he's a retired judge in Texas, but he has a mediation practice.
Right. And
the fall is just his busy time of the year.
You're just too busy to,
Yeah, it doesn't slow down until December, so we go in December.
There you go. Well, but the ice fishing's good around that time of year, too.
Don't see too many waterfowl because the lakes are frozen over.
I would like to try. Like when they go up to the Great Lakes and whatever, and they literally build those little cabins like on the lake and go ice fishing and that would sound fun to me. Like if you get to like you and your buddies like live in the cabin for the weekend and ice fish, that kind of sounds fun.
And I've never tried that.
Yeah.
But I imagine you got to build that cabin to where it's insulated well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Of course, I think there's probably like a whole kind of business, kind of like.
Oh, I'm sure.
Kind of like the safari business where they literally build these like yurt cabins out on the frozen lake there or whatever, and then they rent them out for the season, I guess, or whatever. So.
Well, I wonder what they would use to hunt it because they can't. Heat it.
Yeah.
Because they can't use like white gas. That's CO2.
Yeah. I don't know. They do have heaters in them, stoves and whatnot.
Maybe they're electric.
Maybe. I don't know.
Battery.
It sounds fun. Like that. My wife would never be down for it, but I'd like to try that.
It'd pretty much like South Dakota, be freezing your tush off.
Yeah. But you're probably actually pretty warm. I've slept in igloos and things like that, and they're surprisingly warm. And I imagine it's probably kind of in that deal. So.
Well, I think you get used to it in South Dakota. If there's no wind, and it's 28, 25 degrees, it's fine.
Probably nice. Yeah.
It's when the wind comes up that it gets.
Yeah, the storms and whatever. Yeah, now you sit your butt in the middle of an open lake in a little cabin, freezing your patooties off.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is fun. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
But I also watch that show live and like, I could do this. I could totally do this. I'm probably the first guy off the show, probably.
Well, you need to get up there and go ice fishing sometime.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. I'm going to make that a bucket list thing. Go ice fishing. Go spend a couple days ice fishing.
Surely there's guided fishing stuff.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, I would think someone could make sure I don't fall in the lake and keep me from drowning.
Well, there's that one story, though, where these guys were doing that. And they, one of those hold my beer moments. And so somebody got this clever idea of throwing a stick of dynamite out on the lake and watching it skid across the ice to see if it'd blow a hole in the lake. And as soon as they heave out that stick of dynamite, the Labrador goes hauling ass after it. Gets the stick of dynamite, comes around, and everybody's yelling and yelling. And of course, now the dog feels bad because he's been fussed at, so he hides under the Suburban.
Oh no!
And everybody scatters, and kaboom.
Oh, man.
Lost the dog, lost the Suburban. Jeez, these rednecks. I don't know.
Not to mention, I'm not a physics major, but I don't think dynamite works that way. When you throw it, it's going to blow. It's going to...
It seems to me the energy would all go up.
Yeah.
But once it's underneath the Suburban, that's going to direct the energy down.
Yeah, now that's a problem. But him just throwing a stick of dynamite on the ice thinking it'll put a hole in it, I don't think that's going to kind of do what he's achieving there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Now, if there's already a hole there and it goes in, it's going to make it bigger. But it'll probably kind of... Anyway.
I don't know how you explain that to insurance.
Right. Science, man.
I don't think that's covered at all.
Sir, based by your singed beard, I'm pretty sure you don't know about science either.
It'll be under the D for dumbass clause.
That's right. Speaking of, that's kind of what Matt does, is keep you out of those situations, keeping you from being that guy. But so that's kind of our conversations each month, is talking about anything from family stuff like your wills and making sure your financial stuff, what happens if you're not here tomorrow, kind of things, preparing for that kind of stuff for your family, but also businesses too, setting up small business, how you should do that, what types of ways to do that, what's the right way for you. That's kind of our conversations each month, and mostly from the legal perspective. Small business, most people are like, I know how to make Pop-Tarts or whatever, popovers. But it's like, do you know how to market popovers? You know how to pay the bills? You know how to hire people to get Pop-Tarts to thing, That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I was looking at our schedule, and so on the schedule for this month is second marriages. So, let's say, of course, husband and wife, and so we'll usually imaginary name Sean, and of course he's named his lovely spouse as beneficiary of his 401k.
All
right. Stuff hits the fan.
Yeah.
And Sean and his wife divorced, but he never changes the beneficiary on the 401k.
Yeah.
And there's a state law that says, well, if you got divorced, you're probably not getting along.
Right.
So if you name anybody as beneficiary, we're just going to discount that from now on.
Gotcha.
That's just not going to cut it. And Sean passes. So who gets the 401k?
Well, according to the paperwork, they never got, I would think, the original.
Well, you're correct. Because there's a federal law called ERISA.
Yeah.
And it addresses retirement accounts.
Yeah.
And because federal law doesn't say the first spouse goes off after a divorce, the state law that says the first spouse goes off doesn't count. It's preempted by federal law.
Yeah, federal always trumps state law every time.
It does. Preempts. So think about that, boys and girls. If you've been divorced and you haven't changed the beneficiary on your life insurance or 401k, then the ex is still going to get that.
Yeah. So get it done as soon as humanly possible, particularly if you got a grudge, because then you're going to be really mad if you, in eternity that still got it. Dang it.
Yeah. So even though you may not, after the divorce, the last thing you want to think about is estate planning.
Sure.
It's time to get that stuff done.
But and this is really why divorce is such a messy thing, especially when kids are involved, and then you remarry, and it's all well and good if all parties are happy, but how often does that usually happen when you have kids from a first marriage, and then you go into another marriage, and then God forbid you have kids again, and then there's these kids, and then that's a lot of pie slicing, and it can be a real problem for folks.
It can be, and you have to think about that in a second marriage.
Yeah,
is what are you going to do with your estate, and that could be all ages. So it could be a second marriage in your 30s, and you're having a second family. It could be you're in your 70s and you're having a second marriage.
Yeah,
and even though the kids are a whole lot older, still it's who's going to get what piece of the pie.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's now, and I'm telling you right now, 99% of the time, there's usually some kind of rift between the one generation or one side and the other. And, you know, when it comes to money, you know, especially if the exes don't like each other,
which is typical,
which is pretty common. That's generally gonna, and so you gotta put this down in paperwork, and especially for the really, if nothing else, for the sanity of your own kids. I mean, if your exes or whatever's are not getting along, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you want the best for all of your kids, the first wife's kids and the one or the first spouse kids and the second spouse kids. You want that equal, I would hope, for them. So
well, and then if the second marriage, the second spouse is bringing in their kids, you know, you need to sit down and really talk about things with the new spouse, maybe a financial advisor, how to work all that kind of stuff up. But you know, you still need to redo the will because you need to name a guardian for the children. You need to redo your powers of attorney, all that kind of stuff, your advanced healthcare directive.
Anytime there is a major change in your life, personnel-wise or even financially, you need to address these situations. You know, anytime you add someone to your family, you got to look at this stuff. Anytime you subtract someone from the family, you got to look at this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you have a major change in income or an asset, you know, you buy a second house, this is stuff you have to think about and factor in. How do we navigate that? What do we want to do with that kind of stuff? And just plan ahead and keep, you know, if I'm not saying you have to update your will every year and all that kind of thing, but anytime there's a significant, you know, you get grandkids, I want to incorporate the grandkids now. How do you do that? This is what we're talking about. You can't just build your will and then forget it till you die and then hope everything's good to go. Doesn't work that way.
No.
It's a fluid document that will ultimately amend as your life amends. You know.
Yes, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
So if you've been divorced, get into that. If you've had, you know, new children, you need to look at your documents and see if they meet the current needs. So I had a case where husband and wife, they married in their 70s. You know, so but the husband's adult children were so worried. New wife was going to take their mommy's stuff, their mommy's silver, and all that kind of stuff.
Our inheritance that we have earned by birth.
So the second wife is talking to me about stuff, you know, and politics, and I said, well, you know, what I would do is I just start giving that stuff away to those kids. Christmas and birthdays, just start giving them all their mother's stuff.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to look at it. You can refurnish the house the way you want.
Very good.
And now they can't complain about you stealing mommy's stuff because you already gave it to them.
And if you truly don't want it anyway, then get rid of it and, you know, out of sight, out of mind.
Because, you know, there are some people that are kind of ugly. And even if second wife wouldn't cause any problems, we don't know about her children causing problems.
Well, and I just know it goes over the years and family. There's certain, especially things when it comes to like silverware and heirloom type things, there's always stories behind things and this and and I'm going to say this, 9 times out of 10 people think there's something that's some heirloom that's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the stories and everything you tell, and then they get it and it's like, oh, it's made, and they get, oh yeah, I'll give you $19.95 for it. You know, this is what. Unfortunately, a lot of family heirlooms aren't so heirloomy.
or what about Dad's quote coin collection?
Yeah.
Well, he just threw stuff in the the bag. You know? There's no collection.
Dad's world when he was a veteran, the stuff he brought back from Germany. I'm like, it depends on them. I mean, I got stuff too in my bag over there. It ain't worth no money.
So let's say single woman owns house. So she's single. It's her sole and separate property. She marries, second marriage. Everything's hunky-dory fine. And then after a few years, she passes away with no will. Who gets the house?
I guess it depends on where you live, right?
Well,
because
in
states
New Mexico.
In New Mexico.
We're in New Mexico.
Well, because we're a community property state.
Yeah.
So whoever the spouse on record gets half, right?
Except it's not community property. She owned it pre-marriage.
Oh, okay.
It's stolen separate.
I don't know.
So, but community property does go to the surviving spouse.
Right.
So on separate property is divided 1/4, 3/4.
Okay.
Between the surviving spouse and children.
Okay.
So if the wife wanted her second husband to have 1/4 the house, great, because that's what the law says.
Gotcha.
But if she didn't want him to have 1/4 the house, then too bad, he gets it anyway.
Gotcha. Well, how does that work if, like, say, could he surrender his fourth to the kids or whatever it is? Is that perfectly legal, or is that like, no, she wanted this way? I mean, I didn't know.
No, you can always disclaim an inheritance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You'd be like, no, just give it to the kids. Just equally divide my part to the rest of the kids. Or whatever.
Yeah. So he can say, I don't want it.
Got it.
And that does happen. It's rare, but it does happen for different reasons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to think about that stuff. Is now you've created an issue between your children and the second spouse of, who gets the house? They have to buy each other out, divide the money.
Now, in terms of, because we've talked about this before too, in terms of, say these people reside in different states and things like that. The law that applies is wherever the property or wherever it is so if the house is in New Mexico, then we're talking New Mexico law, even if the couples don't live in New Mexico, but because the thing in question is in New Mexico, that's the law that applies.
When it comes to real estate, yes.
Okay.
So every state is sovereign over its real estate laws.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because if you think about it, and so that's very good, Mike. If you think about it, if it depends on where they live, then a lot of real estate transactions would never happen because we don't know what would happen if these people are in Kansas or some other place.
Right.
When real estate transactions would get incredibly expensive for research and title work and the rest of that stuff.
Right.
So only New Mexico law applies to New Mexico real estate, period.
Gotcha. So that's in case you get in one of those disputed situations, like, well, whatever the law in that state is what your lawyers are going to have to the rules in which they're allowed to work in, basically.
Yeah. So back in the 80s, I was doing oil and gas title work, and so Mr. Smith bought these minerals, and it only says John Smith. He held them for about 4 or 5 years, and John Smith sells them. Well, it's a title problem because was he married or single? We don't know. He happened to live in Chicago. So, this is pre-internet days, but I got on the phone and started looking, and I found John Smith. And I said, hi, I'm looking for the John Smith that used to own these minerals down here in New Mexico. Or are you that John Smith? And he goes, yes, I am. I said, oh, great. Well, the reason I'm calling is I'm kind of wondering if you were married at the time you bought those minerals. He goes, yep. And I said, well, that creates a problem because we're a community property state. So when you bought those, it's presumptively you and your wife's, and she didn't sign off when they got sold. That creates a problem for us. And he says, well, it's none of her business. I understand in Illinois.
But it is in New Mexico.
But the minerals are real property, and they're in New Mexico, and that creates a community property problem. We need your wife to sign off. He says, well, I'm not going to ask her. It's none of her business. I said, well, so the easy way is for me to send the paperwork and for Mrs. Smith to sign. The hard way is just for us to sue you.
All right.
Because the deed you gave was void. It's a bad deed.
Right.
And the way we can fix it is to sue you. And I really don't want to do that.
Right.
So I mailed it to him, and Mrs. Smith signed off.
Yeah.
But yeah, every state's real property laws are sovereign to that state.
Yep. So make sure your ducks in a row. Don't. I'm sure that guy had to have an awkward conversation to get her to sign that thing.
Yeah. Don't know about that. But
let's just say that was probably an interesting dinner that night. Wherever that was, they had to go meet up. But We got a few more minutes here. Let's make sure there's no points we want to make sure we cover. We get to cover because I don't want to get us sidetracked.
So one thing a lot of parents don't think about is that if they have single adult children. So the problem is if you have a child who's an adult,
right,
who's single, and you get a phone call, say, hey, your kid just got in a car wreck, he's at the emergency room, and so mommy grabs the keys, she hauls ass there, and says, well, how's my kid? And the ER staff says, I'm sorry, who are you? Says, well, I'm mommy of injured kid. And they're going to say, well, HIPAA laws prevent us from talking to you about your child's medical care.
Yeah, they're adult people now.
Yeah. So mom and dads don't think about having their adult children give them a power of attorney.
Yeah.
So as soon as they turn 18, you should be getting that power of attorney.
And to be honest, this is kind of that time of year you should be really, with kids going off to college and things like that. If, God forbid, your kid's off to school right now and gets hurt, if they're over 18, which they probably are, you really, if you don't get that medical power of attorney, they're not going to answer any questions for you. They're not going to do anything. And if they do, it's illegal. They're not allowed to. So please get that to handle that, especially if you're just hearing this now and you're like, my kid's already up at Tech or UNM, wherever they're at. You might want to let's get this knocked out. Just God forbid you don't need it,
right?
But boy golly, that you be thankful you have it if this happens. So
I had some friends of mine, family friends, and their boy went off to the Naval Academy, and so we did the power of attorney. We even did financial power of attorney. We did will. We did the whole thing. But it was during his second year that one of the cadets was injured. And when the parents tried to find out about the kid's condition, they were told no.
Yeah.
And, man, that spread like wildfire through the parent Gmail system.
Well, it's the law. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, your kid is an adult now, technically. Even though and I know mentally they're still your little boy or girl, that's an adult.
Yep.
So, yeah, get that done. And it might not be a bad idea with some financial stuff, too, or whatever, You know how they are on, especially, and I'm telling you this right now, if you've got a single military kid, you got to have someone doing their finances and stuff, too, because if they get deployed and whatever, it's really hard for them to pay bills. And they're sitting in foxholes and things like that. Trust me on experience on this one. There's a guy that spent some time sitting in a sandbox doing things when I couldn't do any, this is back before, in the 90s, before, we had cell phones and internet up in our pockets and everything else. It's really hard to do that kind of stuff. So, if you got a kid in the military, you need to have some kind of power of attorney on them. And to be honest, they're usually better at explaining to you that kind of stuff. That's one thing about basic. They if your kid pays attention, tell them to say yes on the GI Bill, on the 200,000 insurance, all those things that make them sign. Yes, 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 yes.
That's right. Get those benefits.
Yeah. The GI Bills are the big yes, because I don't know how it is now, but back when I was in, you paid $1,200 in. They basically took $100 a paycheck out of your first 12 paychecks. After that, you got the GI Bill. It's yours, and you get up to whatever it is, $100,000 for college or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good. Say yes when I don't care even if you have no plans to go to college. Pay it, and you got it.
Yeah.
If you don't use it, you'll use it. Trust me.
Well, it's a small investment for a big payoff.
Yeah, for $1,200, it's a big $1,200 in for $100,000 in college. I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else we want to mention before we do factor?
How much time do we have?
Let's see. Probably about 3 minutes here.
3 minutes.
I'm just looking at how many courses I got to play before news. So yeah, about 3 minutes.
When the second marriage, when you do your will, or estate planning, just remember that, once you give something to someone, it's theirs to do with as they wish.
Yep.
So if you say, okay, well, I'm going to leave my estate to my second spouse because I'll know they'll take care of my children from the first marriage, that's not, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they might, but they might not. Either way, it's theirs to do with as they see fit.
They're going to, and which means it's going to go to their kids.
Yeah.
So talk about that stuff. One thing is to try and set your kids up early in life to be financially successful, so they don't have to depend on an inheritance. Maybe.
Yeah, this is why they always talk about like a little financial planning with the putting money aside now for college. I mean, these are the types of things you do that stuff, and if you do it when they're young and you just put in 5, 10, whatever it is, a small number here, then by the time this kid's 16, 18 years old, there's something there to work with. And that's whatever your thing is, talk about that stuff and set it up. And like you said, have them involved in it in those good families. It just kind of, someone knows what's going on.
Start thinking 30, 40 years in advance.
Yeah.
So, when we see something weird, even see something weird, you know how we kind of walk around to try and figure out what it is?
Yes.
We for whatever reason, we look at it from different angles, walk around it this way, walk around it that way, going, I don't know what the heck this thing is. So if we encircle it, or another word for circle is cycle, like the seasons have a cycle.
Right.
The cycle of life, kumbaya. And we walk around on our feet, and of course, someone who walks up and down on the street on their feet is a
pedestrian.
Yes. Ped is foot. And so if you encycloped on your feet, you encyclopedia.
Okay.
So encyclopedia means to walk around something on your foot, trying to figure out what the heck is that thing.
And now I've got 25 volumes of it. And, not anymore, but back in the day.
But I think, gee, that's who came up with that stuff. That's wild.
That's funny. Here's your whole books about walking around in a circle thinking about it.
Yeah.
You got to work on a scratch in your head and bring there too somehow. What's Latin for scratching your head?
But I used to read the children's encyclopedias all the time.
That's pretty cool. Interesting. Of course, as always, if you need Matt for real, for any kind of family law or anything, pro tip, the earlier you talk to Matt, the more headache, the less headache you will definitely have. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
But please reach out to Matt via his website, bristollaw.net.
BristolLawOffice.net.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. BristolLawOffice.net. And then you can set up a time to have a consultation, and he'll tell you, we need to talk, or no, just do this, and you'll be on about your day.
Yeah, give us a call at 625-5284. And Mike, thank you so much for today.
Thank you, and welcome back, and we'll see you next time, and stay cool, because that's about all we got to look forward to is hot.
Yeah, do my best.
Very good. Thanks, Matt.
$40 trillion and highlights the impact of defense costs, social programs, and interest on the deficit. The milestone comes just 5 months after hitting $39 trillion. Experts say that growing debt is already affecting Americans by raising borrowing costs and lowering wages. A rise in oil prices sending worries about inflation and bond yields higher. That's erased some of the relief created the day before after the U.S. Treasury Department moved to ease pressure on the bond market, or from the bond market, I should say. Brent crude causing part of the problem today. Right now, it is up by about 2.5% of its value. On Wall Street, it's the Dow down 324 points. The S&P 500 struggling as well. It's down 23. And the high-tech NASDAQ, it's off by about 158 points. This is SRN News.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street opened lower after the Treasury Department said it would at least double the size of planned purchases of longer-term government debt. Yields on U.S. government bonds fell after the Treasury Department's announcement on its expanded plans for government debt buybacks. Cost-conscious Americans continue to spend, giving Walmart another strong quarterly performance. About $188 billion in revenue in the second quarter, up almost 6%. However, the discount retailer is offering a more cautious outlook going forward. Oil prices rose sharply after missile fire triggered nationwide warnings in the United Arab Emirates. The first time in weeks such an alarm had been sounded. President Trump is threatening to increase economic pressure on Iran, creating more doubts about a near-term solution to the conflict. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
As part of the ongoing effort to keep the roads of New Mexico safe, we would like to share a list of things you should never attempt behind the wheel of your automobile.
Texting your friends, wrestling your friends, eating a sandwich, making a sandwich, hugging your kids, buckling your kids, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, adjusting your seat, rubbing your feet, reading the paper, using a shaver, applying makeup,
You get the point. A large number of car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive safe, New Mexico.
Paid for by the New Mexico Department of Transportation and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and the station.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Your home for Armed American Radio in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.